Welcome to the Pish Tosh podcast with Emma Red March Rose.
Thank you for listening as I share my interviews with students of the performing arts. Hey there, everybody. Last week I interviewed a native Chicagoan, Cory Harris, in my home state of North Carolina, and today's interview is of someone from my little town, Salisbury, North Carolina. I interview Ginny Weant, and I interview her in the Windy City. She has moved to Chicago recently, and I'm so happy because it means I have a new friend from back home. I hope you guys enjoy the interview. Before I get started, I wanted to mention that some of the audio is a little bit degraded, and that is completely my fault. I'm still working on my microphone placement, and I'm learning lessons every week. And on a happier note, the times that it gets really degraded are the times that she's singing her heart out, which is incredibly beautiful, and the times that she's and I are laughing uncontrollably. So it's for good reasons, at least. I hope you guys enjoy. She is an opera singer and performer and a wonderful new friend of mine.
And we are rolling. And I think I got a squeaky chair. I didn't realize right until we
Your
pushed
comfy
play.
chair today was the squeaky chair, which
right.
Nothing wrong with the squeaky chair. I feel like my whole new apartment is super squeaky because there's wooden floors everywhere now.
Oh, that's amazing. Oh, tell me about your apartment.
I'm so excited. I just moved to Chicago and I'm in Logan Square, and it's like there's so much more space than there is in New York. It's really exciting.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yes.
Also,
Hello.
this is Jenny Weant.
Hi.
I forgot about that part. Today's guest is Jenny Weant on our Pish Tosh podcast, episode number 13.
Dun, dun, dun,
Oh,
dun, dun, dun,
you're going to
dun,
know when
dun.
I'm moving.
We're
like chair dancing
when you do
right
little
now.
chair dancing.
Yes.
I'll be
Oh.
moving in the corner too. Just pretend that I have squeaky noises as well.
Okay, this is not going to work. I'll be right back. I'm going to try not to choke you. Okay.
Okay, we've got this ninja moving right here from one chair to the next.
Thank you for considering our listeners.
Of course.
That was so empathetic.
I just needed to let them know what's going on.
Nice.
Yeah.
Very kind of you. High five.
High five.
That was our first high five.
It was a very good high five. You got to make sure you hear that too.
That was good.
Yeah.
The first of the episode.
Yeah, you look at the elbow.
First of many.
First of many.
Nice.
Yeah, it's very exciting.
Now I'm going to be looking at your elbow.
Yeah.
Like when we're not high-fiving.
The whole time. They also don't know we're both redheads right
We
now.
are. Oh my God, they can't hear that.
They can't hear that. My red hair is not screaming at them like it's normally
beautiful.
screaming to everybody.
A funny story. Jenny and I are both from Salisbury, North Carolina.
Heyo! Represent.
Shout out.
Represent.
Go
the Bury.
Cougs.
I don't know.
Carson Cougars.
Like, I went to Carson.
Oh, no way.
I totally went to Carson.
Shit.
High five number 2. We're going to have so many high fives.
I guessed that. There's like 20 schools.
I totally went to Carson, but I transferred from Carson. I went to Salisbury first, and I went there for like the first 3 years, but I still say that I went to Carson because my last year at Carson was so fun because there was so much theater.
And that's where you graduated, right?
That's
so
where I graduated from. So I'm totally a Carson alum.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Oh, you are a cougar. You're too young to be a cougar.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We're 27, yeah?
Yeah, we're the same age.
We're the same age, too.
Same. 92?
Same, 92.
Heck yeah.
I'm a July birthday.
I'm a March birthday.
And you're a March birthday.
Red March.
Yeah, see, there you go.
That's part of it.
It's
It's a verb and a month.
It is
That's what I like
a
about
verb and a month. I don't think I've ever sat and thought about that.
And now, a noun.
And now a noun.
Yeah.
Like a march.
Yeah.
Like-
That's Red March because it's a name now.
There you go. And
So
now
it's all of the English, whatever those are called. I didn't go to school. We talked about that, so I don't know what those words are called. Words. Mas
I went
palabras.
to homeschool.
I went to homeschool. Oh my gosh.
That's amazing.
I tried to tell Cory yesterday. I was like, I used to doodle my. Oh no, it was the other day, and it was somebody else. I just no.
All the podcasts are running together at this point in time.
Yes. No. I was talking to somebody about I used to draw my teachers in classes.
Very cool.
But I meant college. Because I was like, that'd be weird if I just. But then I did remember that I did draw my mom like a lot.
A lot, and you sit and do
weird.
your mom. That's good. I hope they were good doodle impressions because
I hope so too.
you were stuck with the same
scared.
teacher
I was
for
like, I
so
hope
long.
this is flattering. Oh, see that bag over there?
Yeah. That bag?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That my mom made that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Thank you. I
Your
think
mom
so,
sounds
too.
like a really cool person.
She is. You know what's on there?
Because she birthed you. What's on there?
Sharks.
Sharks. Shark. Baby shark. Do, do, do,
Yes!
do, do. Baby shark. Do, 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 do.
You know why she did that?
Why?
I don't know. I don't like sharks at all. She knows that.
But she did it.
Weird.
Maybe that's because
I think she's funnier than me. I think that's the problem. That's where I get it from.
And then so she kind of subtly sent
like,
her
"This will be
funniness to
hilarious."
you via her bag.
Absolutely.
That's what I'm thinking.
I'm gonna go through all the trouble. I know Emma's terrified of sharks. Let's
So-
spend all hours creating a material for her to feel obligated to carry.
Man, that must have been one bad doodle. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it was. It was. Mom, your nose is not that big. I love you so much. Oh, and she listens to every podcast, so I like to shout her out.
Good, that's
if I
good.
don't
Hey,
post
Mom.
Hey!
Shout to
She
Mom.
would love you. Oh, she would love you way more than
Shout to
me.
my mom too, Wendy.
Hey,
Weant.
Wendy!
We talked about you as well.
We did. I miss you, Wendy. Is she going to be listening to this?
I'm sure she will. I will tell her.
I'll be
Absolutely.
I'll be very
Be
nice.
like, I'm with the lovely Emma Rose.
So what's it like being virginal?
Virginal in
life?
life?
In general, nothing sexual.
Virginal.
I'm trying to.
No, it's okay.
reverse what
So
I
I'm
said now.
no. Well, if you think about
far.
it, so Ginny is short for Virginia. So I get
I was
named.
wondering. I thought it was Geneva.
No, Geneva, Ginevra, like the Harry. I think.
Yeah.
Genevieve.
Genevieve.
I don't even. Genevieve.
Gin and juice.
Gin and juice.
Gin
I
and
do
juice
love
went.
gin and juice. That's the best.
Lay back.
Lay back.
Tomorrow's my 1 year.
High five for
Woo!
1 year.
I'm so excited.
Very exciting.
I'm gonna celebrate.
How do you feel? What are you going to celebrate with?
My boyfriend. No, I'm gonna celebrate. I think I'm gonna go to an AA meeting tonight, and then tomorrow we're gonna go to this place in Rockford, which is far away. And it's like one of those hibachi where they cook in front of you.
Yeah.
And I did that last time I did that. They had an egg, and they said to flip the egg, and I'm not gonna do any impressions or voices because I am not an offensive person.
Not at all.
I'll tell you afterward.
Oh,
No, but no. And so he tells me to flip the egg, and he's like, and I'm like, I'm gonna mess it up. You don't want me to be the one doing this. I'm gonna fight. And he's like, no, you can't mess it up. If it falls on the floor, it falls on the floor. If it falls,
gonna be fine.
It's gonna be fine. And I was like, I don't know. And so finally, he gives it to me, and I flip it, and it's too low, and so it doesn't even crack anywhere. And then I flip it again, and it completely disappears.
It completely disappears.
Out of existence.
Out of existence. It
And
flips
there's a
into
video
the universe.
to absolutely prove this 100% on Facebook. It disappears.
This phenomenon.
What I think happened, what we all decided happened, but we all just kind of looked at each other and went back to our eating. Because the egg was gone.
The egg was gone.
I think it might have, I pitched it so high
That-
in exaggeration,
Cartoon.
compensating,
Yes, yeah.
that I think that it went up into the vents that they have above the tables and the cooking trays, because it was gone.
That
the video. Sorry.
is
That's
crazy.
what I'm doing tomorrow.
Or-
I'm going to try to do it again.
There was totally a monster that saw your egg flipping and was like, this is good. He was hiding at the top and he's like, that looks delicious. And she flipped it high enough.
Flip it higher.
So flip it higher. And
terrifying.
so
I'm so
telepathically
excited.
said, flip up this egg. And
The
then he
waiter
ate your
tomorrow
egg.
is going to be like, why is that girl talking to the vent?
Because it ate my egg! The vent monster ate my egg! And I have proof.
That's my children's book.
The vent monster ate my egg.
Oh my god. That is awesome. I'm so sorry, I'm monopolizing. So, and not in a fun way. Like
That's
a game.
okay. No, I'm totally having fun.
So, me too. Thank you for doing this. So, we're both redheaded. We're both from Salisbury, North Carolina.
Yes.
We're both moved here to the big windy city.
Moved here to the big windy city. So why did you move to the big windy city?
Well, you've been to Salisbury. No, I'm just kidding. No, I'm kidding. I love Salisbury. I love Salisbury. I actually moved to the Windy City to come here, where we physically are right now at the Second City in Chicago.
Here, the mecca of all comedy.
Woo!
Right
Yep.
here.
All the funniest people I feel like in America have flooded these gates.
Yep.
Multiple times.
Tina Fey, huge fan.
David
David Koechner.
Tina Fey. Amy Poehler.
Yeah.
Jim Belushi.
I love them all.
Andy Candy.
The Andy Candy.
Andy Candy. Don Bablooby.
all the famous.
Rachel Trash.
What was it? Donnie.
Donnie of the Skybox.
Donnie of the Skybox
Yes.
made her start here.
That's right. I love that you assume it's a woman. If I have a daughter, I'm going to name her Donnie.
It should be gender neutral. I should be like, they made their start here.
Yes.
Oops, sorry, guys.
I hope to have gender neutral children. I don't know how you produce that, but
I don't. That's a good.
I think
Good luck with that.
something you eat when you're pregnant.
Good. Probably.
Hopefully, it's.
They have all kinds of new things.
Kids.
Sour Patch Kids.
Maybe that'll do it.
Because they don't have genders,
That's true.
right?
But if I say it like that, it sounds like it's not.
It's true. Question mark. Unless you gender associate with colors.
right, which is wrong.
Which is wrong.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
My kid can wear blue if she wants to.
That's right. Oh my god. Oh.
Amazing.
Amazing. So why did you move here?
I moved here because I was just in New York for about 5 years. And I went to grad school there, and that was great.
And what did you go to grad school for? Exactly.
I went to grad school for opera and voice and singing. And so this is
Beautiful.
What brings me here to Chicago. I actually have an ensemble. We're called Cantos Zero, which people are like, Cantos Zero? Canto what?
Cantos Zero.
It's Italian.
Oh, it's an Italian.
It's
the
an
most
Italian.
beautiful language.
It's lovely. Oh,
What is it
pure vowels.
Yes, I was about to say, what are the hand motions for it?
The hand motions, canto zero, is you have to shake your hands in the air like
I
this.
wish the listeners could see that.
I know.
Shake that hand.
Shake the
Shake
that hand. And beautiful. Her face is as red as her hair right now.
Yes, where Emma tries to cover her face from laughing into the microphone. Oh my god.
But Canto Zero means the singing gingers.
That's so much.
So
I've been practicing my opera.
You have?
No, but I can try it now.
You can.
Oh!
Wow. Okay. Very nice. So a little more support. Yeah.
Yes.
A little more support. Lip trills are a favorite. You know?
Lip trills?
Yeah, like a horse. Yeah, we do a lot of lip trills. That's how I warm up all the time.
Oh my god, I love that.
So people either think they're like, who's that crazy person?
Do you do it on the train?
On the train, I absolutely do it on the train.
Just standing
on the way
lips to neck of someone else.
I've gotten so many funny looks on the train, on different places, of like screaming high notes in my random apartments. I'm like, someone either thinks I'm dying. I have to warn my neighbors when I'm practicing.
Do you like turn a different light on or something? Like a blue light?
I should.
Like,
and now that I know,
opera time.
it is opera time. So I have scenic lighting, and then I get into the mood.
And now I've listened to some of your singing online. Yes, I have.
That's
It's
amazing.
beautiful, and it is incredible that such a huge sound, and I'm sure you've heard this, comes from such a smallish person. I'm like is this bad?
Apparently they gave me
like body.
Big lungs. I don't know.
Yeah. It's just 90% lungs.
It's
in
just
there.
hiding all the lungs.
Awesome.
Just a giant lung.
She's got elephant lungs.
Elephant lungs, and I'm 5'0". Also, podcast listeners.
Yes, you might be our
shortest.
I don't want to say shortest.
You can
Our
say shortest.
Least tall
Podcast interviewee. Right?
Yes.
Right?
Which is something to be celebrated.
Yeah. Huzzah!
I bet you hit your head barely at all.
It's a blessing.
Awesome.
I can get things in low cabinets.
Whoa.
I can squeeze in small spaces, but I don't like staying in small spaces because
a little claustrophobia.
I don't like that. But
I bet the trains are hard. I'm so sorry.
No, actually, trains are fine.
Okay,
There's just
good.
lots of people, so I pretend when I'm on a train that I'm taller than I am.
Hey, that's great advice for our listeners.
It's the kind of thing where you just don't really notice how short you are, and so don't look in the mirrors or the windows.
No, absolutely.
That ruins the magic.
That's right.
Yeah.
Keeping the magic alive.
Keep it. That's
Every
a very
train
Disney
ride.
thing to say as
It's
well.
wonderful. I'm a
Always.
Disney fan.
I worked for Disney as well.
Oh my god.
I worked for Disney Cruise Lines.
No, that's like the dream job.
It was an exciting opportunity. I speaking of being short, was hired also for my shortness.
Oh my god, that's wonderful.
So-
She'll fit in the hole.
Yeah, exactly. So I can fit in. So I can fit on their tiny little cabins on the cruise ship. So that's why they hire tiny people, so they can stuff them in the corners on the cruise ship. People wonder, they're like, where does everybody live? And they're like, it's because we live in a hole. I'm kidding.
Oh my God, my mouth has just been like, I didn't realize till after you were done talking that my mouth is wide open. Like that entire conversation.
No, it was super fun. So I spent, I had auditioned for Disney in 2016 in September.
Did you go to Florida to audition?
No, I was in New York.
Oh, awesome.
Because they hold auditions in New York all the time. And then I got a call in April.
Would you like to be warmer?
Would you like to be, here you go. Yes, would you like to be warmer? Because New York was cold in the winter.
This is going to be an interesting one for both of us.
It will.
Which, no, you're coming from New York. You're not.
Well, I'm also from Salisbury, so I've kind of hit the gamut of weather.
And Florida, right?
And Florida.
So,
yeah.
wow,
Actually,
weathered.
with Miami. And
that is not what I mean.
I'm weathered.
No, I don't mean that at all. I mean the opposite of that. You've experienced weather.
I'm well weathered.
I'm sorry. Oh God.
It's great. I love it.
That's great. You're gonna have to teach me some things this winter about dealing with
cold
climate change.
Well, I've never experienced polar vortex, so if we need to bunk up and like survive the winter, the Chicago winter.
God.
Someone told me that it was going to be the worst winter in a long time, and I don't know who. I can't remember exactly where the source information came from. So
Cory was trying to make me feel better this morning. We were walking, and I said, oh, it's not that, it's kind of cold.
Yeah.
And he said, well, it'll get warmer again for a couple weeks. And then I was like, and then winter? And he's like, yeah, and then winter. In a couple weeks.
And then winter.
Oh, man. And then also, what we were just talking about, it's so funny. I distracted myself. You'll see me do this a lot.
That's okay.
Florida.
Yeah.
So you auditioned in New York.
So I auditioned in New York, and then I got it in April. And they called me, and I was like, this has to be a joke. Like, there has to be another round of auditions. And they're like, hey, you made it. Surprise.
Oh, my God.
And so I was really good
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Years ago.
Thank you. It was like 2008, 17.
Wow, so you were young, like 18?
No, 2017. I was...
Oh, 17.
Yeah.
18. I thought you were saying
wasn't that old. I was
like, in 2008, you would have been 4
2008,
16?
I turned 16 in 2008.
Me too!
Yes!
We have so much in common.
We have so much in common.
Oh my God.
Birth years, 1992, represent. Salisbury, represent. So it was good. It was a good time. But we spent like 9 months total away and like 2 months in rehearsals. And then almost 6.5 months on the ship. It was a long time.
Wow.
But it was a lot of fun. And I met some amazing friends from all over the world.
I bet.
Who I love, including...
Did you hear different languages?
So many different languages from people and cool things and seeing different places. I was on the Disney Fantasy, and we went to Mexico and the Bahamas, and which I hope everybody's okay down there, thinking about you guys with a hurricane.
That's right, Dorian Gray storm.
This terrible Dorian Gray storm.
Bad news.
I hear that things are okay, but the Disney ships, actually, they... avoided the storm, but they're picking up supplies and are helping some of the islands.
Good
over
job.
There. Go Disney!
Oh, Walt's ghost.
Good. Walt's ghost is still alive.
Yeah, he's blessing him.
Anyway, so that was my detour on keeping the magic alive. So that was also a part of my weird journey of a performer.
Yeah. So you said you did some theater in Carson in high school.
Did lots of theater. My first musical was Footloose.
Oh man! Did you kick off your Sunday shoes?
I absolutely kicked off my Sunday shoes, and I wore the heck out of my red cowboy boots. And because that was so much fun. Nice. I played Ariel, and I was opposite my actually my 6th grade boyfriend, who's my very first boyfriend I've ever had. And then we ended up playing Ren and Ariel together. So that was fun.
That is so sweet.
I know.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah. It was really good.
That's adorable. I didn't ever know what my first boyfriend is. Is that weird? Homeschooling was weird because like the first 3 were really just imaginary.
Yeah, that's okay.
So I guess I have to count like the 4th one.
Yeah, you can count the 4th one. Let's see. It depends how long the first couple were, you know?
Yeah, they were long.
The
4th one, he didn't know.
He didn't
so
know.
It's still, I don't know if that counts.
Okay, that's okay.
It's muddled.
It's a muddled memory, but the thing that counts now is that it sounds like
Is that Cory exists.
Cory exists.
We've all heard his
He's
voice.
real. He's not
real.
imaginary.
I'm not that good at throwing my voice.
I listened to that podcast and it was so funny, and I just need to say, like, I belly laughed, like, or was trying not to completely belly laugh out on the subway as I was on my way here to meet Emma this morning.
Yes.
And the stories about the goats, like, poor goat.
Oh my God, we cried. Oh, actually, like the full story of that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't want to embarrass him.
No, that's okay.
So
we're gonna embarrass you on this one.
This is the good time. Now it's been a week. You've been able to get over it by now. So the full story of that is that the bathrooms at our barn loft were separate.
Yeah.
It was such a beautiful facility.
Was this an Airbnb?
It was.
Okay,
And they
cool.
have like 3 or 4. They have a tree house on the same property. They have
Oh my
a
God.
guest house and a greenhouse that you can Airbnb. It's awesome. But the bathrooms and the shower are separate, and they're pretty much like outside, but they're beautifully done. So I'm in the bathroom. For a minute. Like,
That's all good.
Like too long.
That goat's cheese, man.
That's right.
That's
and
right.
I don't know if there's some apps out there that you cannot get off of. And so I opened the bathroom door, and Cory's just standing there with tears in his eyes. And I just misread the entire situation. And I'm just like, I'm sorry. I'm a human being. I've been in there for 45 minutes. No, it wasn't that long. But then he was like, Starla's passed away. And I had to like complete, but I did say more than just that. Like I just made like a lot of excuses about why I was
in
being a
the
human
bathroom,
being.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Just my body's not
Really
handling
embarrassing,
this dinner last night.
Traveling, it's a lot of fried food.
And I'm very stressed out.
Beans and rice. Yes. And then I had to really switch really quick into,
Because the goat died.
yes.
So sad.
On a happier note,
Yeah.
since the podcast, we have actually been doing belly laughs together, where we gingerly
telling me.
touch tongues. we put our bellies together and then we laugh in each other's faces. We laugh. Fake laughs, which always, I've never had a fake laugh not turn into a real laugh before.
It's a good segue. I mean, it's the kind of thing like when they say, I think if you're not happy and you smile, then eventually you start smiling for real.
Yes, or you
something.
terrify people, which is hilarious and makes you happy.
That's true. Maybe some people.
Maybe that's how it works. That's the science behind it.
That's the science behind it.
Oh, man.
So if you fake laugh and you touch bellies,
Yes.
then there's just no way that cannot lead.
We should be careful. We could be putting like millions of therapists out of the job. Oh, the pharmaceutical companies are going to come for us.
I know.
Oh, no.
I'm sorry, guys. I let out your secret.
Abort.
Don't go after us.
Yes. Oh, God. So if you're depressed out there and seeking solution, that's not a word.
Seeking
Some relief.
solutions.
Solutions. Yes. Yes, solutions for your anxiety and depression. Find somebody close to you. Place their belly button against your belly button. Bare bellies preferred.
Bare bellies preferred.
Yes.
And
It works
initiate
best
the fake
with
laugh.
the bare belly. That's right. Simply start laughing from your heart, and soon your heart will be laughing too. I don't know how any of that works.
I feel like it's such I think you also talked about vulnerability, and it's such an act of like, your bellies are so vulnerable.
Yes.
I feel like I don't know, in our society too, we try like we do a lot of covering up of our bellies a lot, and so it's
And sucking in of our bellies personally.
Exactly.
I try.
Sucking in and tightening it and working it out and being like, ugh.
Bellies are bad.
Not about it. No. I've been also doing some yoga with Adrian. She's all about like
Is that
loving
here in Chicago or somewhere else?
No, it's on YouTube. She's a YouTuber.
I'm on YouTube.
She has you are on YouTube.
I mean, I get on there. I can find that.
Everyone can find
love
it.
yoga.
But she also talks about like just like finding what feels good and also loving your bellies. And she talks
my
so
God.
I think about that
That's
too.
Great.
And
You know
so
what was interesting? Did you go to any classes like in real life much?
I wish I did, but she's from Texas.
Oh gosh.
So,
I mean, like any in general.
oh, in general,
Advice?
sure.
Yeah.
I'm actually looking for stuff here.
You do.
Yes.
We should find a place.
Yes.
There. Did you ever go to? This is weird hand movements I'm doing right
The
now.
brewery, the yoga
Circulating.
at the brewery with.
No, but that makes sense. It looks like a cauldron that I'm doing.
It does.
You know the sound yoga, the noise yoga, the wah 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 wah. It's like a sound bath yoga.
Yeah.
Have you ever done that?
I've never done that. I've heard of sound therapy, but I have not heard of putting it together with yoga, which makes total sense. I don't know why.
It was a crazy experience.
Did you do it?
Yeah, it just made me fucking cry.
When did you do it?
It was weird. Like I couldn't tell if I was feeling all these emotions. And at the
Yeah.
end of it, I was like, I hated that. But then like a week later, I was like, wait, no, I didn't hate that. I just was feeling like angry and sad and happy and like
That's what it
excited,
does
like
to you,
all, like
man.
all of the emotions like just pouring out of me like sweat. It was
That's
so crazy.
That's what it does. And
Oh my God.
I
and you do that with your voice.
yeah.
You therapize people with your vocals.
Aw.
That's so exciting.
I-
do you see people cry in the audience sometimes?
Sometimes.
Oh my God.
Sometimes. I hope I do good things. And I
Yes,
mean, we
that's
are
so cool.
We as performers, we do a lot
Yeah.
of emotional work.
If people are crying in my audience, I'm probably doing something wrong. I'm probably fucking up pretty bad.
Crying with
Oh, no.
laughter.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes. Tears of joy.
Tears
hopefully.
of joy.
Maybe.
I mean, I would be.
Oh.
I almost started like crying and laughing on the subway just because
Oh.
I'm also a very big belly laugher as
Yes,
well.
that's
so
great.
I have a story to tell you, actually.
Oh, do it. Also, do you laugh? Do people laugh in your audience when you sing?
If I'm doing a funny song, usually it kind of
do funny
depends.
songs?
Well, we do our concerts. Cantos Zero isn't just classical music. So what we do is, other than like being redheads and dressing up in big ball gowns and like
beautiful.
singing, really loudly.
Yeah, really loudly.
One of our missions is to bring bring different genres and blend them together and expose our audiences to stuff that they haven't heard before, maybe some stuff that they have heard before. So we do musical theater and we do 3-part harmony. We do like some like Celtic-y, folky vibes. So that's, I think, probably some of our favorites is like the 3-part harmony stuff. But I've done what's a funny song? So I do. I sang Fiona in Brigadoon, played Fiona in Brigadoon in New York City, and there's she sings "Waiting for my dearie and happy am I," but there's a part that's supposed to be thank you with other people, and I made up a character voice and I switched characters in the middle of the song.
Nice.
So,
Holy cannoli!
yeah.
That's great.
So yeah, that's a part of. I mean, not to plug in our
That's
girls.
wonderful.
But-
You're bringing people together, exposing them to things that they might not be exposed to otherwise.
Exactly. So you can like come to our concerts and you can hear like, I think we're gonna do a Cole Porter concert coming up or some like
Wow.
music from that era, and then you might know some Celtic things.
And some people might not be familiar with opera, and this sounds like such an accessible
We'll
way.
just put in an aria there
Yes.
in betweens, and so you're
And
like,
you're like,
oh,
holy shit, I love opera.
yeah,
I didn't even know.
You didn't even know.
No.
And then you hear these beautiful high notes, and you're like, holy
Oh my
moly,
God, my emotions
Yeah.
are stirring.
all the emotions.
Yes, I need to pull out my belly and just
So we have a concert coming up actually next
No way.
Friday.
Next Friday.
At-
And today is Friday, so a week from today.
A week from today. It's in downtown Chicago. This is our first downtown
God.
concert at Pianoforte Foundation.
Pianoforte.
And it's at,
Holy
it's
shit.
at 7 o'clock, I believe. I hope I got that right. It's at 7
Oh my
o'clock. So yeah, tickets are on Eventbrite, and we are so excited to be performing in this space and for the first time. And it's a part of our mini tour series. So we're doing a concert on Friday, downtown Chicago, and then the next day we're singing at Arlington International Racetrack. We're doing the national
Oh
anthem.
my God, yes!
Arranged by my friend Mike Wisnowski,
Whoa.
who's a cool composer, and we sang in Nixon in China this summer, which is a weird, crazy opera by John Adams. It's great. And then that night, we're performing for the Elgin Fringe Festival in the Martini Room
Whoa.
at 9 o'clock. And then the next day, we're doing a concert in Dixon Illinois at 5. So, that was a
my
lot.
God.
So, another high five.
A trifecta now.
A trifecta high five. So that was my little spiel. I'm very excited. So we literally hit the ground running when I moved.
It sounds like it 1 week ago.
Literally, I got to Chicago. I dropped my things off. I dropped off my pet snake, Leo, because I have a pet snake named Leo. He's a Western hognose. So they have little upturned noses, and I will show you all the pictures.
Take him on the train to meet me.
I would love to. He's so friendly.
Throw him in a bag.
Super nice. I actually might have done that once to get him down to Salisbury. Can't have snakes on a plane.
I'm tired of him. No, I had a snake for 4 years.
You did?
And I loved him/her dearly because the first 2 years I thought it was a girl. And I don't want to find out. Even with dogs or cats, I'm like, that's none of my business.
That's none of my business.
I don't look down there. I don't have anything to do with it.
You can be whatever gender you want to be.
Exactly. And I don't want to invade their personal private space.
Yeah.
So like, is it a boy dog or girl dog? I'm like, I don't know. I haven't looked.
I
don't look at their privates.
I leave them alone. They're allowed to be whatever they want to be.
Yeah.
I know.
Now it is hard to not look at it when we touch bellies, though.
Me
and the dog.
You and the dog. When you touch bellies with your dog, you're like, yes.
She's a girl.
Yes, so you belly laugh with your dogs as well.
Yeah, which is nice.
I bet they have great laughs.
They do. They do.
What kind of dog do you have?
It's a Havanese.
A Havanese?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Havanese dog.
Havanese? Do you Havanese a dog?
Havanese dog. Yeah.
That's cool.
It's kind of like a poodle. Kind of like a...
They're fluffy?
Nice.
Yeah.
Right now she's got a haircut she's got great big bushy boots on her feet, like feathering of a horse.
Oh my gosh, did she get her haircut like super short and then she's like fluffy in different spots?
She looks like Lloyd Christmas from Dumb and Dumber when he's wearing like the ski suit. That's what he looks like. She's got the lion tail.
Yeah.
And I think her next outfit, haircut.
Okay.
I call them outfits.
Sure, they're outfits, totally.
Her look.
The latest look.
Judy Books got the looks.
Judy
looks
right.
books.
That's right.
Oh, she's a good one.
Judy with the independent voice.
That's right.
Yes.
And very upsetting to the ears, I'm sure, on the podcast.
No, it's okay.
Oh, and so I'm thinking the next one will be like an actual horse haircut. Like I want her to have a long mane across her neck, and then short ears, short tail, or long full tail.
So you would say Judy is a trendsetter.
She absolutely is.
Yes.
I get all of my best fashion ideas from Judy.
Amazing.
Yes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
I love it.
She's
Vogue.
She's a boss bitch.
She is a boss bitch.
She'll tell me what to do.
Girl.
Just like that movie, Devil Wears Prada.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Devil Wears Paws.
Devil Wears
Duh.
Paws. And horse mane style haircuts.
Yes. Horse manes, not hairstyles.
But
so you have a pug nose?
A hog nose. There we go.
Yeah. I was like, pig nose doesn't sound nice.
Pig nose, close. So I have a little hog nose named Leo, and he's super sweet. And if you don't know about hog noses, they don't actually, they're big bluffers, so they pretend to be like big mean cobras and they hiss at you.
Oh my gosh.
And then you're like, no, you're not a mean cobra. And then he's like, fine. He plays dead whenever he gets threatened.
That's so funny. Do the same thing.
Yeah, we all
learned
do
that in the city.
do the same. Like, oh yeah, I'm all mean and tough. And then
Yep. So you just roll on over. Yeah, yes.
Could you imagine?
I don't have to. No, that's great. Oh
That's
man,
funny.
so Leo's here with you.
So Leo's here. So literally when I was driving into Chicago, I got my roommates. I found them on Chicago Artist Housing, on
and that
Facebook.
wasn't spooky? You're rooming with complete strangers?
No, well actually a friend of mine tagged me in a post and said, hey, this person's really cool.
Perfect.
And she was looking for roommates and I was
Nice.
like, cool. And it all just happened to work out. So September 1st was my official move-in day. So I came to Chicago knowing I was
Labor
like,
Day.
check, I know, happy Labor Day. I was like, check, got an apartment, check, got some cool roommates.
Labor Day of love.
And they're really awesome. Labor Day.
Sorry. I was like, I slipped that one in real quiet and creepy.
But so I literally got there but I had a rehearsal. So I literally
the same day? What?
I drove into Chicago with my pet snake, dropped my pet snake off with my friend Brian, and I was like, hey, love you guys, going off to rehearsal. Took the train for the first time into Roosevelt University and met with Dana Brown, and he coached us on our Cantos Zero concert coming up. So
That's so fantastic.
it was like we're hitting the ground running.
Yeah.
There's no slow moments here.
It's great that you're moving with your gingers.
I love
They're
my
coming
gingers.
with you.
Yes.
Yes.
Well, no, they're here. They're why
I mean,
I
they're
moved
here.
They're here.
They were already here?
They're already in Chicago. So that is why I moved to
Perfect.
Chicago, because we just really wanted to jumpstart our
do it,
jumpstart
man.
our
I've seen
season.
some of the amazing products that you've got. You've got CDs out. You got an album out
We
now.
do have an album out.
Oh my gosh.
It's pretty awesome. If you go onto cantosandzero.com, you can order it there. And we are on iTunes now officially.
Yay!
Now we are digital, so you
Congratulations!
can get a song for like 99 cents
Oh
or
my
buy the
god,
whole
I'm
album.
doing that today. Cantos Zero.
With a Z.
I'm always so scared to say it.
No, you did it perfectly.
Cantos Zero.
Yeah,
You know what I've been trying today?
you nailed it.
Un, dos, tres, toca la pared.
What is that? What did you say?
It means 1, 2, 3, knock on the wall. It's driving Cory crazy probably because all day I've been like un, dos, tres, toca la pared. But how I do it, it's pared, P-A-R-E-D, but I have to say pothead because it doesn't. When I say
Pothead.
it goes pared,
Pared.
but when I say pared,
Then
then it comes out right.
it comes out right.
It's very confusing.
It's
What a horrible segue.
No.
Anyway, so you've got albums, you've got songs on iTunes. I'm like, here's the most pointless garbage of my morning.
I feel like our conversations could forever take detours.
Yes. Oh my gosh. We've been all the way to Florida.
We've
in
been
this
to Florida.
conversation, New York, all the way to YouTube. Oh my
YouTube,
gosh.
and snakes, dogs,
planes.
haircuts, voguing.
Oh my god.
It's been pretty great
Damn.
so far.
Horse dogs.
Horse dogs.
Yes. So, is this bag for sale or is this just your bag?
Oh my gosh, it's totally for sale.
I was wondering that because
Um,
I would freaking like carry that bag and just they'd be like, "Is that you?" And I'll be like, "Yes."
Yes,
it's not
it's
me though.
totally-
Because
so-
the bag has gingers on it.
It has gingers on it, and let
Ginger
me tell
ladies.
you,
I assume.
So this bag, which you can't see, but I will
She's
explain.
pointing to it,
I'm
though.
pointing to it.
That's fine. I mean, that's kind.
Was designed by a friend of mine. Her name is Chelsea Hill.
I love it.
Her
Hill.
Chelsea Hill. Her handle on Instagram is. Oh, wait a minute. I keep thinking of one of her cartoons. It's called Bitch Pigeon, but her handle is Coffee Hooker at Coffee Hooker,
That's hilarious.
and she's
Is she
fabulous.
down for more followers?
She's
at Coffee
always
Hooker
down for more
on
followers.
Instagram? I will be adding her.
And I
as
love her.
well.
She's such a delightful person. And we met doing a really silly thing in New York. It was called Cranky Cabaret, where you go in and it's like unlimited booze and alcohol while you watch your friends do like two selections of songs. And they all had to be like songs of angst or crankiness.
Oh, I love
And
that.
I ended up doing.
Hate is a strong word.
I know, right?
I really don't like it. Sorry.
Exactly, though. And all your friends got to kind of be drunk, and as you performed your two cranky pieces.
Nice.
And I came in originally with the song Vanilla Ice Cream from She Loves Me, and then
that one.
My New Philosophy from You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. Do you know that
Oh,
one?
see, I'm not up on my musicals.
Oh, that's all
What's
good.
wrong with
That's
me?
all good.
Oh.
But they told me that wasn't cranky enough, so I had to change the words to Vanilla Ice Cream. It's like, ice cream, he gave me ice cream. And then I changed it to herpes, he gave me herpes.
I'd be
genital
cranky about
herpes.
that.
So I was very proud of that. That is not on YouTube.
That's awesome.
But it was really good. Anyway, so I met Chelsea Hill at this Cranky Cabaret. And then
Awesome.
she messages me about like 2 years later. She was like, hey, yo, like I just noticed your group. They're super cool. Can I draw you? Because I like drawing artists.
Absolutely.
And I was like, cool, let me ask Kathleen. And or ask my girls to see if that's okay. And so it was totally okay. And she drew us with our redheads and
with our redheads.
with our
That's
redheads.
you in the middle?
That's me in the middle.
That's what I thought.
And that's Bryn, our mezzo, on the
Awesome.
right. She is an amazing badass bitch. And there's Kathleen on the left. And Kathleen is the founder of Cantos Zero. It was her idea to be like, hey, I know a lot of redheaded singers, so we're gonna get together and put on concerts. And ever since then, she asked me. She said, hey, would you like to come down and sing some concerts with me? I said, absolutely. And yeah, because what's more fun than singing with one of your best friends?
Nothing.
Nothing, you know, and putting and dressing up in fun ball gowns
That's right.
and putting on these cool concerts.
Oh.
And so it just kind of took off from there. So we're about 3 years in the making, and which is still pretty fresh for a group, actually. I'm so impressed with Kathleen's done a lot of work. And so this year we are really booking like a full season. We have concerts next week. And then we're doing another tour in North Carolina in Salisbury. I
saw that.
We're coming to Salisbury.
Yes, at the end of October?
October 18th.
October 18th, middle
At First Methodist Church, the Methodist Church in Salisbury, North Carolina, with Matthew Brown, who is the music director. He's pretty awesome. And then we're going to Southern Pines and Pinehurst to sing at the Methodist Church there too. So it's going to be like super big weekend, and then you blink and it's Christmas. So
oh my God, yes, absolutely.
We're doing a bunch of concerts for Christmas.
Oh, I bet the Christmas concerts are perfect.
Oh, they're a lot of fun. Last year was really fun.
Wonderful. Because your shows that I've seen like online, the ball gowns, the whole look is just magical in and of itself. Like it's like ethereal.
Thank you.
And Christmases also, like when I think of Christmas, I think of just like beauty and just sparkling warmth, and then like smashing them together just sounds great. The word mash doesn't sound great.
No, it totally works. Merging them together,
the flavors of Christmas and the flavors of Cantos.
Classical blend. Cantos Zero, you got
Cantos Zero. I can say it right after you say it, but my brain doesn't work very well. Also, we're gonna go to a commercial real quick.
Oh shoot, sorry.
No, we're good, because I'm so excited. This is going great, and also when we come back, I'm gonna guess your middle name.
Oh yes.
Oh man, so you make one up.
Okay.
We'll be right back. I'm just kidding. Okay. Oh, can you hear that? Oh, the wonderful Cantos Zero is about to perform. The Singing Gingers. Oh, that's our own Jenny Weant performing one of my favorite classic songs, Danny Boy. I just want to take a moment and suggest that you pause this podcast and go on iTunes right now and download the Cantos Zero album. It's incredible, and if you're in the Chicago area, you can also go online and get tickets at Eventbrite for their mini tour here in Chicago. It's going to be awesome. This Friday, September 13th, they have an evening of classical hits starting at 7 o'clock at Piano Forte on South Michigan Avenue. The following day, they have two performances on the 14th. The first is the National Anthem at the Arlington International Racecourse at 2:30. And then they will be performing at the Elgin Fringe Festival at 9 o'clock at the Martini Room on East Chicago Street in Elgin. The next day, Sunday, they're going to have a busy weekend. Cantos Zero is performing at the Philander Hall in Dixon, Illinois at 5 o'clock. So those are 4 awesome opportunities to hear them, and I hope you guys get a chance, if not in person, then by going online and subscribing to them on YouTube or liking and following their pages on Facebook and or Instagram. And we're back.
We're back.
Jenny Blank Weant.
Ginny blank Weant.
Okay, can I?
Could be Virginia too. So Virginia.
That's right. Your maiden name.
My
I guess
first
it is your maiden name.
It does mean maiden. Back to virginal conversation.
So you were born in July. Does that make you a Leo?
I'm beginning of July, so I'm a Cancer.
Oh,
I'm a crab. I like to pinch.
Crab. That's awesome. I would not believe that. See, I feel like
from my friend Jerry.
A what?
My friend Jerry. He went to Catawba with me when I went for my first year. And he was like, "I'm a crab. I like to pinch."
Oh,
I don't know. I still remember that. But
nice.
Yeah.
Johnny.
Yeah. So.
Okay. You just made me realize I missed a piece.
What was the piece?
So you went to Carson.
I went to Carson.
And started theater.
And I did theater.
And then you went to Catawba College?
I went to Catawba College for my first year.
How was that?
I did a lot of transferring. It was awesome. I loved Catawba.
Nice.
And I met lots of
Catawba's
really cool
college
friends.
in Salisbury that's got a great musical program.
Yes.
And theater program.
They do. And I very much loved it there as well. At that time, I was there with Paul Oakley, was the music director there. And there was they were transitioning presidents.
Oh,
and
so that can be hard.
And it was hard.
Yeah.
So essentially, the program that got the most cuts was the music program.
Oh, of course. That's so sad.
It was very sad, and because I did have a lovely year at Catawba,
Yeah.
and so it's a crazy story. But Paul Oakley, pretty much the old president, actually, of Catawba, moved to a school in Kentucky. And then once that was happening, Paul was like, I don't know what I'm going to do with my kids. And the old president said, hey, well, I can offer you and your partner jobs at this school. And then Paul was like, well, I will go, but I need, I want to bring my kids because I promised them scholarships and music. And so pretty much 23 of us transferred from Catawba College to a school in Kentucky, and that we'd never been to before.
Did that Kentucky school panic?
I think so. I think we kind of hit it by storm. It was a little crazy. We came in, they're like, let alone singing loud Salisbury or people from
Salzburgers.
I
don't know, Salisbury steaks.
Salisbury steaks coming in, loud musical Salisbury steaks.
That's awesome.
And anyway, so that year we jump-started the music program from 1 music major to 50, and pretty much started the choir there.
Hell
and
yeah.
His partner Dennis Jewett is still there teaching voice, and is and it's still there today.
Oh my God, that's wonderful.
So, but I graduated from Kentucky. But a part of my heart will always be with Catawba because I grew up with Catawba Theatre, had babysitters from Catawba Theatre.
Yes.
Like it's a big part of my heart.
That's great. See, I never went there for classes.
I'm sorry, I keep hitting.
Oh, you're good. But I did go there a lot, for hanging out. back in my drinking days.
Just to hang out with the other
skinny
college
dipping
kids.
in the ecological preserve. Actually, I don't know. It's disgusting.
Oh my gosh,
It's so swampy.
I go on walks there all the time with
beautiful.
Our giant German Shepherd named Gustav.
Oh, that's perfect name for a German Shepherd.
He's pretty great. Gustavus Adolphus, and
oh my God,
named by my brother. I cannot take credit for that, but Gustav is like the greatest. So we'll go on nature adventures in the Catawba Eco Preserve.
So beautiful.
But one time, I swear, something really creepy happened whenever I was back there.
So creepy happened when I was back there.
It was
Did
really
you see
crazy.
a naked redheaded woman running out of a swamp?
That was you?
Yeah.
Oh, it makes sense now. I'm sorry, I had to run. I don't trust naked redheaded women because I already know what they are.
You know.
I know.
Hey,
oh
Wendy.
My goodness.
Hey, Ginny's mom. Oh, hey, my mom.
I know, right?
Oh, man. They're going to have a party
Wendy
together
would
in
be laughing
Salisbury.
a lot.
wine party.
A wine party. Oh, there was another story I wanted to tell you because I was.
That's right. I keep cutting your stories off. Go
That's
right
we
ahead.
keep we
Yes.
just we can talk about stories all day. I feel like one story can always lead into the next. But I was in Salisbury for the past 2 months or so, in between New York and the Princeton Festival. And so then I came home, and which was so nice to be home and be around Lee Street Theater. My mom and I went to go see so many shows. We saw The Wiz and PPT. It was such a good time. And so we went to go see Crimes of the Heart at Lee Street.
Oh my God, I've been wanting to see that.
And it was phenomenal.
I mean, I did want to see it. It was Christy Browder. And
Yes. Yeah. It was so good. But my mom was known for her really big laugh. When I was in theater, I doing children's shows at Piedmont Players, I always would remember I could pick out my mom in the audience. I knew when she was coming because I would tell my friends, I was like, you hear that woman laughing? That is my mom. That is Wendy Weant all the way.
That's my aunt. I love a big laugh.
Yes,
I love it.
you know, and it just kind of gives you joy because they're in the audience and
you
they're
cannot wait to
supporting
press
you.
my tum.
To press your tum.
That's gotta feel good.
to belly rub.
Oh.
But I noticed as I was sitting beside my mother in Crimes of the Heart, was we're both laughing hysterically at the show because it's serious, but it's also there's some moments of just so funny. And not only do I laugh, I have inherited Wendy Wen's laugh, but I laugh louder than my mother.
Yes! Oh, the student has become the teacher.
The student has become the teacher. And to the point where it's bad when a lady comes up to you and goes, I just love your laugh. And I was like,
man.
oh,
and you're like,
no.
Man, weren't you just walking by outside of the theater? You weren't even in the show.
You weren't even in the show. I just love your laugh. I'm like, oh no.
Oh man.
So
Gosh.
I had to share that story also.
That's awesome. Oh.
I am a huge belly laugher.
That is fantastic. I love belly laughs. I don't think I could do it anymore, except on accident. But my siblings used to tease me because they said I used to laugh like a kung 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 kung. But I'm like, there's no way.
There's no way I could have laughed that way.
That's not a thing.
Why would that ever be a thing?
Sometimes on accident I surprise myself, but where I'm like, that might have been what they were talking about.
It was like
Oh shoot, my eyes are just pouring down.
See, you can make your audiences cry, but
That's right.
with humor.
Yes, with my self-deprecation. No. Oh man, I went to a Wednesday night. I went to a place called Irish Eyes for some open mic.
Eyes. I need to go.
You should. I walked in and it was like what you would picture. It was an Irish pub, just a few people at the bar.
Yeah.
Older white gentlemen.
Oh.
And I don't know if I can say, but it's there.
It's not.
I don't know.
It's Irish.
And so
we blended.
Yeah, exactly. Don't go in the sun. I actually bought makeup last night, and I had to buy what's called light pale, and I was like, that's terrible. This is rubbing it in.
We're now diminished to light pale.
Yes.
Not just pale.
Medium
We're
pale.
Like, next thing you know, they'll just have like
Super
makeup.
light white pale.
The pasty pale.
Pasty pale.
Pasty
Yes.
pale. This is
You
for-
need powder.
Do not go in the sun foundation.
That's right. SPF 1000. That's awesome.
Girl, I'll be right at that train with you all the way.
So I'm going to this open mic, and there's a jukebox, so I immediately feed my dollar in, and I go to NSYNC, and I'm like, people will hate this so much. And then as I'm about to click like an NSYNC song, it pops up, and it's like, would you rather play Fergie's Fergalicious? And I was like, how did you just read my mind? Yes, I would.
Yes.
So I played that so loud.
Obviously.
Yes, in this in this wonderful bar, but this a wonderful song. Just the juxtaposition of the two.
You know, it really pairs well with that Irish Celtic
Yes.
vibe and the
Yes.
Fergalicious.
Older people have just gotten off work and just worked all day, just want to enjoy their Guinness. And then
And their Fergie fur.
yeah.
Their humps. Their
Yeah.
humps, their humps, their humps.
That's right.
They're lovely lady lumps.
Check it out.
Irish lumps.
That's right. 3 Irish lumps, please.
3 Irish lumps, please.
Yes. That would be if I had a group of 3 singing gingers. That's what we would
The
be
Irish
called.
lumps.
Mm-hmm.
I dig it.
A hearty lump.
Hearty
tie.
Hearty tie. This is hearty lump right here. This is
Hearty
sturdy
lump
lump.
Hearty lump 2. Oh man. Oh, hearty lump number 2. That does not sound good.
Singing remixes of Fergie Fergalicious,
Yes.
NSYNC classics from the early
Opera
2000s.
style.
Opera, yep, opera
Yes.
style.
I'm Fergalicious.
I love it. I love it.
Oh my god, that's awesome. Under my umbrella.
Hello.
Oh my god. Holy shit. Can I just send you songs and be like, opera this?
We've actually been thinking about this.
Holy
Kathleen and I
shit.
have.
You can take suggestions from the audience.
Oh my gosh, that would be really
It could be
cool.
where improv and opera mishmash. There was
together.
an opera singer in my last Improv for Actors program.
Yeah.
I really want to have her on the show. You're my first opera singer on the show.
Yes.
I was thinking about that. I was like, ooh,
Counting my
it
high
was gonna be
fives.
her,
I think that was
but
number
no.
4.
I think so too. I was like, but nope, it's you. It's you.
I'm
Avita,
so
I'll have you on the show
honored.
one day.
I'm so honored, dear. Yes.
Absolutely.
To be the first. Absolutely, positively.
Oh man, it's great. Speaking of musical improv, maybe that was a stretch. I might have been speaking about it in my head.
Right. Okay.
But have you ever thought about taking musical improv here?
I totally
Second City?
have, actually, which is why I'm
Oh my
super
God.
honored to
They
be
do it
here
at IO
too.
too. Are you familiar with IO?
I'm not as familiar with IO, but I heard, Cory was talking about it on the podcast.
Improv Olympics
Improv
is what it
Olympics.
stands for.
That is awesome. Have you taken
It's
that class?
amazing.
Like
No, but I
getting your
want
Wayne
to.
Brady on?
You know what we should do? If you're down, if you're free on a Saturday, and your vocals are, they're free as well. If they're ready for some
I'm sorry, my
singing.
vocals are contract. I'm kidding.
They're busy right now.
They're busy right now. They're
Yes.
on leave.
I've signed a contract.
My vocals are on tour, but
Yes.
I'm here. I'm taking
Absolutely.
the day.
I'm using your vocals right now. Ha ha! For the podcast. Nice.
No, me and my vocals, we're very happy to be here.
There's a musical improv jam.
Yeah.
100% free.
Oh my gosh.
Every Saturday. They've been doing it for like 13 years. It's the longest like free jam at Second City.
Oh my
Sorry about my
gosh.
hands doing weird stuff as I talk. But they, it's at 4 o'clock every Saturday at Second City. I've been meaning to catch it, but every Saturday I've been like, oh shoot, I'm all the way in North Carolina this Saturday.
Oh, look at that.
Oh, look at the time.
Well,
I'll never make it by 4.
Darn.
Too bad. But hopefully.
Same.
Yes. And then tomorrow I'll be, celebrating. I'll be at flipping my eggs.
And flipping your eggs, watch out
Absolutely.
for that vent monster.
Yep.
Yeah, they're stealing your eggs.
I don't know if I didn't mean to make that sound. That was a disgusting sound. That reminds me though. I don't know if Cory had already talked about this, if we had talked about this in the podcast, but when he did his show, they played a game called Sex With Me.
Oh, I don't know if I got to that part yet.
I
was
don't
on
know
the train.
if he and I got to that part, if we talked about it. I can't remember. But in the show, we played his team, Gator Eggs, was his improv team, played a game called Sex With Me Is Like. And it's where you get suggestions from the audience, and then you say, people pop out, and they say Sex With Me Is Like, blank, and this why. And they said kitchen appliances.
Oh, God.
So they said, Sex With Me is like a spatula.
Oh.
And he pops out and he goes, Sex With Me is like a spatula. When I flip you, I'll break your eggs. And I was like, I don't know if I should laugh at that.
I don't know if I should laugh at that because
I'm scared and confused. But everybody, it fucking killed. Like, everybody laughed. I was like, you guys don't know what this means either. This isn't fair. Well, he can't be good at comedy. I want to do comedy. So it's been great though. The last show that he did, his parents came, which was awesome. His grandparents came, which was awesome. But then I sat with them, which is also awesome.
Yes, it is also awesome.
Waiting for the butt here.
Yeah.
But
the big butt.
the big butt, oh goodness, is that he'd be up there and he'd make a dirty joke. And me being like his new girlfriend,
and
I
you see
wish.
the whole family.
I laughed so hard. This is the worst part. I'm like slapping his grandpa on the back. I'm like, yeah, he does.
You see the whole family just turn to you, all their heads in sync with the dirty joke, and they're like,
It was so good.
is this actually true?
Yes.
It's always in the back of your mind.
Oh man, I was like, that's why it's funny.
That's why it's funny, because he does break my eggs every time.
Yanking grandkids. That was so gross. Oh my god.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
That's fantastic. One of them was I met somebody in the audience, just met somebody. We were talking the whole like beginning of the show, leading up to the show. And she's like, my brother's in one of the groups. I was like, my boyfriend's in one of the groups. And we're
cool.
like, yeah, we're like getting to know each other and having
Totally.
a good time. And then I didn't point him out. And his team goes and he comes up and it was toaster.
Yeah.
And he goes, Sex With Me is like a toaster. If you leave it in too long, it'll start to burn.
Oh, God.
So at no point did I point him out. I was like, I don't know. He must not be in this show.
He
To
must
the girl. We don't have VD.
It's okay, being fire crotches. This might actually be true.
Oh my god. Oh god, I'm crying.
There you go.
High five, number 5. High five or 5 for
High
5.
five number 5. I will take that.
Oh my god, that is fantastic.
Well,
I haven't heard that term in a long time. Oh. Move it, fire crotch. What?
Oh my god.
Oh, that is
well, I would be
hilarious.
so honored to go to one of the improv shows, but also the
Oh,
musical
that'd be
improv
great.
show on Saturday. That sounds super fun.
I
And
just signed up for an audition for Coach Ensemble. That'll be on the 21st. I'll be auditioning.
Yes,
Fingers crossed.
girl.
I got
Yes.
a call back later today.
Yeah.
For something else.
yeah.
that I went to.
How have you liked? How's the audition scene been here in Chicago for you?
It's interesting. It varies a lot. I went to my first like official casting call where you have a big group and it takes hours and stuff yesterday. That was pretty pleasant. I think I've learned a lot. I'm gonna have a toolkit now. Like snacks,
your audition
and
toolkit,
water, chargers, that I can just bring with me, so I can just like sit for hours.
You pretty much have to pitch a tent. You know, start a fire. You know, get the flint out.
Both of those two things made me think of crotches.
And now we're just
like,
try not to burn too many things. Bring a boyfriend with you.
Nice. Oh my god!
Come on, baby, light my fire. As you wait in line to audition, just racking up all of these jokes in your head.
That's awesome.
Actually,
it was interesting. As soon as I walked in the casting call yesterday, I was like, "Is there a bathroom?" And this girl was like, "Yeah, it's right there. The code is C145." And then I walk over. She's like, "But it doesn't work." And so I like punched it in. It doesn't work. And I was like, "What's the code for the men's room?" She's like, "I think it's C147." And so I like immediately went to the men's room.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Fucking do something."
Yeah. Try me.
I'm getting this call back.
Yes!
I do what I want.
I'm gonna do what I want.
I can play all genders.
Break gender break genders.
Gender neutrals.
Don't break the gender neutrals. Don't break them. We need them.
Leave them alone.
Leave them alone.
Leave Britney
alone. The Chris Crocker. Did you remember that?
Oh my God,
Britney
yes.
Spears alone.
That was so great. Oh shoot! Now we got the same references here. Do you remember Jeffree Star?
Of course I remember Jeffree Star. Of course I remember Jeffree Star. He's still doing stuff, isn't he, though?
Probably.
I think he's still doing a lot.
I don't think he was going to stop until he was dead.
Yeah,
what he looked like.
He's not. I thought he was a big influencer now or something like that. So that
makes sense.
But
I
I
haven't
do
seen him on other platforms now.
Yeah.
I'm going to do that after the show.
You should look him up again.
Exist?
Like Chris Crocker apparently is still doing videos too.
Really? Oh my God.
My sister loves him. She follows him. She also follows Miranda Sings. Do you know Miranda Sings?
Yes.
She's my favorite. She's also just a
I do
waitress.
enjoy her. She does the haters back
Oh,
right?
yes.
Oh,
She's
I love that
so
show.
fantastic.
She is so funny. It took me a minute to figure out her thing. Like to get to know her. Like I was like, what's happening? This reminds me of being homeschooled.
This is too much. Too soon. Too soon.
Yes, exactly. I was like, oh man, I went to PE with this girl. And by PE, I mean we got together once a week and all the boys played Lair, live action role play, and all the girls tried to play volleyball. But we were all so clumsy and awkward. Oh man.
That's amazing. So wait, did you like you have to explain to me actually because I went to public schools. It's very weird being homeschooled. Like was there a community of homeschooled friends, people?
Well, it's weird because even saying homeschool is so hard because
it's not.
So
and I'm sorry if I'm getting that wrong
too. No, you're
too.
great. No, homeschool's good. I mean,
cool.
I call it mine unschooling most of the time.
Unschooling. This is my unschooling.
Yes. Because it's like I don't want anyone to think that when I'm talking about my education that I'm generalizing it to anyone else's. Because mine is so different.
Sure.
There's so many homeschooling scenarios that are so different. Like you'd be like, I went to elementary school in Colorado. And be like, I went to elementary school in Virginia. And be like, well, where are our similarities? Here they are.
Here we are. We're at least in the same state.
Exactly. We had many. But then homeschooling is like, ooh, it's different. It can be different, your next door neighbor. Like some people did it in large groups where they would go to different people's houses even, and it would be, and they do their own classes and things like that. Some people did completely online programs. Some people did completely computerized but not online and software programs. Some people did textbooks and workbooks and things like that.
Cool.
We did like over the years, mostly nothing, but then a lot of random stuff over the years. Like I did,
mostly nothing. The unschooling.
Yes, mostly watched Maury a lot. Yeah, like a lot of Maury. Daytime TV.
Oh, that's sad.
Telemundo, and yeah. It was
so your education consisted of the paternity test is
right. Absolutely, and I was
the
like,
results.
please just do like a different type of show today, and I would get so excited when they would do like these like freaks or something. And I feel bad saying that, but I'd be like, I wish I was one of those freaks. Look at those people.
It's so different.
They get to be where the people are.
So many people. They close me in a space.
Absolutely.
Kept me locked away.
So yeah, it was mostly nothing. But we would sometimes my mom would like leave out like a VHS tape and like a Bill Nye one, and she'd be like, watch this for homework, and I'd be like, okay. So I'd watch that, and I'd be like, my blood pumps 6 liters My heart pumps 6 liters of blood a day. Wild. And that's what I would learn, and I'd be like, "Cool, I'll learn something else tomorrow." You know what they say? Learn one new thing a day.
One new thing a day.
And that's what got me through.
That's
just learning
amazing.
one single thing a day.
So over your however many days you've been alive, you've learned
At least 1,000.
At least 1,000.
It sounds like a lot, but I don't think
so.
that's right. I'd be like, what, 4 years?
I don't know. A few days I skipped out on homework.
I was just telling Cory last night. I was like, explaining how cigarettes change your brain so that it needs more serotonin. And the way that I was explaining it was with my fingers. And
Hear that, Dad?
Yes. No, I'm sure I'm right there. Today is day 1 again. I quit for like 4 months. Went back to
nice.
Oh, actually, it can't be 4 months. Like 2.
Yeah.
That was like math-wise, that doesn't make
like
any sense.
2.
Yeah. And then today is day 1 again because I started again.
Okay, congrats. Well, fresh start. Very exciting.
We'll see. Today's the day.
Today is the day.
And I was thinking, I was like, oh my God, you know how people explain math with their fingers?
Yes.
If you could explain everything with your fingers, like science and history and social work.
I still believe that I can, with my
Social
Italian expressions, that I can explain everything with my fingers, which has caused lots of water bottles and things with liquid to spill over in my day, or glass breakage.
Italians are so smart.
Italians are so smart because
And
they
so
also
clumsy.
talk with their hand and break things. Yes, with their voices and with their hands.
Absolutely. That was not a high five. That was
not a high five.
Me getting excited and clapping. Sometimes I do that.
I did not earn high five number 6 yet.
Like a seal.
Beautiful.
Yes. Oh man. So yeah, I just wish people would explain things more with their hands.
Okay, wait. So this, you were about to explain cigarettes and serotonin levels.
That is interesting to me.
Tell me.
Yeah, and
tell me more.
For our listeners are not going to get this, but I'm going to try to explain what I'm doing.
Because she's explaining with her hands.
I'm
sorry
with
you
my
can't
hands.
see it.
Apparently, and I could be wrong about all of this.
Okay.
Just preface it that way. I'll look it up.
This is
and I'll forget to put in
super
the reference
factual,
section.
facty facts.
Yes. There's a lot of facts happening in here. Special effects.
Special effects.
So say there's divots.
Okay.
And those divots get filled with serotonin in your brain.
Yes.
And those divots are quite small, and so it takes a small amount of serotonin to fill those divots to satisfy you and satiate your happiness levels.
I see.
Am I wrong? The more cigarettes you smoke, the deeper the divots get. Oh. So it takes more serotonin to fill those divots. Because you're creating like deeper voids, so you need more and more. Just like any addiction.
Yeah.
I think all addictions kind of work in a similar way.
Yeah.
And I have very addictive personality. That's why I'm all for other people drinking alcohol.
Yeah.
But I know it's not for me.
You can't
it
deepen
be
those.
like a
You don't want to deepen your divots, girl.
No,
you
my
want to keep
divots are
those
deep.
My divots are deep enough right now.
My shark bag is full of sour apple candies of all varieties. I think I scared the man. I was checking out. I was like, sour straws, sour bubble gum, sour blow
You're
pops.
filling your divots with sour sugar, which is better than bad cigarettes, serotonin.
I was like, you're welcome, lungs.
Yeah.
I'm so sorry, teeth.
I'm so sorry, teeth.
I'm switching to candy now.
It's gonna be okay, one step at a time. You know those gender neutral Sour Patch Kids.
That's right.
They're helping you out, girlfriend.
And this is like kind of more on a negative note, but it goes along with what we're saying, and I think it's fascinating. I heard that Chris Farley, how he used to describe, because he had a very addictive personality, it's what eventually took his life. I mean, really, is he had these 4 pegs, and one of them was depression, one of them was drinking, one of them was drugs, and one of them was depression, drinking, drugs, and
Drinking drugs.
Maybe drinking drugs? No.
Drinking
drugs?
Said
those. No.
Yeah.
But anyway, there was 4.
Yeah.
I'll find that out in the fact check as well,
out,
in the reference section and corrections.
In the facty facts.
Facty facts area. And so basically what he was saying is when he'd push down one peg, the other ones would shoot up. He could push down 2 and 3, and then one would skyrocket, and it was like a constant push and pull. I feel like I'm kind of in a similar boat. I'm hoping that one day it'll kind of even out to a healthier lifestyle. I opened a can of Mountain Dew at 9:30 last night, and I was like, this is like my beer.
You know, it's
like I feel
okay.
guilty about this, and I was like, maybe next year or maybe like 5 years from now, I'll be like,
Right.
I think I'm gonna have my water with a touch of lime, and I'll be like, oh, what a dirty bitch I am.
Oh, you dirty
Yes, it's after 9 p.m. and I'm having lime in my water.
Oh, you are indulging yourself, dear.
Yes. Oh, the sugar's bound.
No, but on a real note, though, I mean, it's really hard to get those pegs, in order. Life can be really tough,
balance,
especially as artists. Like,
Yes.
quite a lot of things, especially poverty.
That's the big one.
The big one.
Yes.
Maybe that's the other peg is poverty.
Oh, maybe.
But
Spending.
But yeah, one of the things I also I'm a big I advocate for is suicide prevention awareness as well.
Yeah.
And mental health. What am I trying to say? I don't even know what to say. But I lost someone very dear to me several years ago.
I'm so sorry.
To the darkness and to suicide. So it's a topic that I encourage to reach out and always to talk suicide hotline and things like that.
Definitely. I'll throw the number in the reference section corrections
which is
too.
why being a part of Jack's movie was so cool
Oh
too.
my God.
Like,
that's right. We haven't even talked about
we
that.
were
were
also
both in
another
Reggie.
thing in common.
Yes.
We were both in Reggie.
Absolutely.
So
both redheaded, both in Reggie, both know Jack.
both know Jack, both in Salisbury. Another fellow partial redhead,
Yes.
red bearded,
Red face.
red face.
I guess he's still redhead. 'Cause
Yes.
his face is on set.
His face is red.
It's going to be red when he's listening to this. So, what are all the things that you know about
Nope.
not going there. Not going
Too
there.
many.
Oh,
It
God.
was like there's I was watching his video. There's a game about we're not really strangers or something like that.
Oh my God.
And so he's gonna play it eventually with I guess anyone who wants to participate.
Yes.
Did you see that video?
I did.
And so I was like, oh, like should we play this game?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think we're strangers either. Oh, man. No, it's good people, though. I was really happy that I could go to the Lost and Found.
I know. I actually got to
Other week.
work for Lost and Found
For
for
Ian?
a day for Ian.
Yay,
I got
that's
to
so
stand
satisfying.
behind the sacred stand.
Oh, my God. To be so lucky.
It was such an honor.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. For those who don't know, Lost and Found is this cool
Oddities Bazaar.
Oddities Bazaar. Exactly.
Yeah, now I have a phrase. Thanks, Jack.
Yeah, Oddities Bazaar. Exactly. Thanks, Jack.
Nice.
For raps and phrases and
Yes.
jingles and everything, and comedy influence.
It sounded like you said jiggles.
Jingles. But yeah, Lost and Found, cool. It has the open mic night in Salisbury. Salisbury's really growing. I'm really proud of Salisbury.
It is. Cory loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was walking around. We walked the whole town in like an hour. But
Yeah.
still,
Yeah.
it was great.
I feel like arts and culture are going up, but also
Yeah.
meth and crime rates are also going up
Damn
at
artists.
the same
Our pegs.
time.
Keep your pegs in order.
Because my brother and I were having this conversation. We're like, I think we were hanging out with our cousins in Bethesda, Maryland, which is obviously a very safe.
I was about to say,
very
the meth capital. No, the
meth
opposite of
capital
that.
of the world. No, the opposite of that. And then I think we were looking up just like crime rates around America, and we were like, let's check Salisbury. It can't be that bad.
Oh my God.
Salisbury is safer than 2%. Like it's one of the most dangerous, like top
Yes.
70 dangerous cities.
Sometimes I'm in Chicago and I have to just remind myself that I'm from Salisbury. And I
you're a
feel safer.
gangster. You're G.
Yeah, absolutely. I walked those streets by myself. Actually, when I was 19,
Yeah.
I was walking home from a bar in Salisbury.
Yeah.
I mean, a church. I mean, I was 21.
Yeah.
Let's start over here. I've already messed up this story. Oops, I forgot. 10 years ago when I was 21.
I mean, totally 20.
Oh my God.
Your math. You learned math really
Exactly,
well.
yeah. I learned to drink really well too when I was homeschooling.
In homeschooling,
Oh,
the
man.
lessons,
That's
math,
right.
and alcohol.
That's right. Chemistry. I call
Chemistry,
it.
really chemistry.
Absolutely. It's awesome. So I was walking home. It was maybe 3 a.m. in Salisbury.
Yeah.
And I took my shoes off because they were uncomfortable. And I'm walking barefoot.
Yeah.
through Salisbury,
Really?
3 in the morning.
A model of class.
Yes. And this police officer, go boys in blue, Salisbury PD, y'all have a lot to deal with. And it like swings around to come back for me because I didn't look like I was walking correctly. I was not pedestrian.
And you know, maybe lack of shoes, questionable.
That could have helped. Yes. Or lack of walking on my feet.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'm kidding.
Were you walking
just crawling along?
Crawling?
No, drink, don't drive, dude. Watermelon crawl.
That would be a press for concern. Maybe.
That's right. So the concerned officer spun his car back around, and I was like, I don't have excuses. So I ran down the alley.
No. Girlfriend.
Down Fisher Street. Yes. So I ran from Fisher Street to the parking lot of the Salisbury Post. They're making that park there, that beautiful green space.
Yes,
I'm
so excited about the park.
It's going to be great. Everyone's terrified that that's going to be a meth hub too. And I'm like, so there'll be some.
So there'll be some in one. We'll keep it contained to one corner by the tower.
The third playground.
The third playground to the left.
Just for the meth heads.
Just for the meth heads to play in and experiment.
They can have that. It's like a tithe.
Yeah.
They can have 10% of the park. Give it back to the meth heads. It's wonderful. So and then it was a parking lot, and I ran from the alley, down the alley, and I recognized one of the trucks because it's a small town, man. You know everybody. 3 in the morning, and so I jump into the truck.
Yeah.
And a couple minutes later, my friend worked at the Salisbury Post. He would do the newspapers, wrap them. He walked over, and he was like, he doesn't work there anymore, so I can tell the story.
Yeah.
So he walks over, and he looks in the truck, and he sees me, and I'm like, hi! And he's like, did I just see you just like running in a dress, carrying your shoes at 3 in the morning, and then jumping into my truck? And I was like, yeah, man, cops are after me. I'm running from the cops, woo! And he's like, oh my God. He was like, fortunately, I've been drinking too. And so
there's
small
only
town life.
Great ways that the story can go.
And so he goes,
great ways.
do you want to see the inside of the Salisbury Post printing press area? And
Whoa.
I said, absolutely.
Absolutely.
So we walked around.
Drunken getaway.
Yes.
Also cool.
Yes.
Printing press.
It was amazing. These things were like the size of school buses above you hanging where they print the newspapers. Oh, and there's just ink everywhere, so my feet were like black as night when I left. Because I'm still barefoot.
So now the police have your DNA and your evidence as you're walking out.
Footprints.
The barefoot lady is walking out of the printing press.
I did all the work for them.
You did.
Oh,
you gave them everything. I'm surprised they're not after you now.
I just leave dust behind me.
That's why you moved to Chicago?
Yes. And I changed my name.
And change your name? All right, we won't talk about... Oh, you never guessed my middle name.
No, I didn't.
Oh.
But also, I changed my name from Emma Rose to Jenny Weant, so sorry.
Oh. Awkward. I mean, you can pass off as me. Apparently,
I wish.
We have so much in common right now. That's amazing.
I took a really deep drink there.
Oh, don't.
I was trying to stall for time to guess your middle name.
There's some advice. Don't breathe and drink at the same time.
Oh, breathe the coffee.
Don't breathe in the coffee as much as we need it.
Oh my God. That's awesome.
Talking about filling our pegs, coffee has become one of our
pegs. That sounds dirty too. Everything sounds dirty. Okay, how about this one? Virginia Wolf. Wolf. Virginia West.
Virginia West went. Virginia West went. Virginia went west. Virginia went west. How funny would that be if I married into someone with the last name Virginia went west?
Oh my God.
Virginia went where? I don't know.
Oh my God, where?
Virginia went where? If someone's last name was where.
Oh, that'd be great.
Now I feel like I need to find a West, like a John West.
Yes.
A nice John West. It sounds like a star from a country. Like an old Cowboys and
like that. I get excited. Yes.
Yes.
Oh,
that's amazing.
That does.
I wish I could say West was my middle name.
Me too. Okay, let's see. Virginia. Okay, Virginia's a beautiful, like, I don't think are there Virginias in the Bible?
No,
It almost sounds biblical, but it's not.
It almost does. I think it's English derived, but it actually does mean like maiden or pure or like virginal. So when you asked me, I was like, yeah,
that's right. Wow.
It is very, but I don't know if I live up to my name.
It's Ginny, short for virginity.
Short for
That would be awesome.
short for virginity, which I am not.
That's going in a sketch for sure. Oh my god. Oh man. So, Virginia Elizabeth.
Ooh, that's very pretty too. That's very regal.
It is. Virginia Charlotte Weant.
That's also very regal. I feel like I'm gonna change my middle name
Virginia Rebecca Weant.
Virginia Rebecca.
Oh man, I'm like, what would your mom name you? Wendy, can you hear me?
Wendy, are you listening? Wendy.
Yes. Oh my god, that's awesome.
Thank you, Barbara Streisand.
Yes.
Thank you.
Oh, you're a funny girl.
Funny girl.
Man. Okay. Virginia Roxanne. Wouldn't that be interesting?
I have a friend named Roxanne.
Really?
Yes.
Ooh.
She's very
What a juxtaposition there. What a different, yeah. You don't have to turn on that red light.
I know. It's very, that would be pretty cool.
Yeah. Bum bitty bitty bitty.
Very anti-virginal.
Yes. Sorry, Roxanne.
No, it's okay. No, she's great. She's all good.
She's good. The Virginia Marie?
No.
Mary.
Virginia Mary Went. No. That's
Virginia Mary went on her merry way.
Mary Went. Is there a point where I tell you my middle name, or do I?
I don't think there ever is.
Oh, okay. So it's a mystery.
So we'll just never know if I don't guess it.
It's a mystery.
We'll just start with the A's. No, you can.
Well, actually, it's an A.
Oh my god!
You got that right. Your instinct.
Virginia Elizabeth.
Oh. Elizabeth.
Oh. Virginia Alice?
No. I do like the name Alice, though. That's very
cool. That's my grandmother's name.
I like Alice. I like Alice in Wonderland.
Yes.
I'm a very big fan. I played Alice in Wonderland like so many times.
Oh, I bet with the Disney cruise.
Not with Disney,
different?
actually.
Oh my god.
I did. There's a really cool children's show production company called Good Idea Bears.
Oh my god.
In New York,
great.
they're really sweet, and they make up children's shows based off of fairy tales.
Yes.
And they're all little musicals. So this one was the Mad Hatter's Tea Party, and I've done it twice now.
That is
pretty
so cool.
Awesome. And then PPT, Piedmont Players.
Yeah.
I was like Alice in Wonderland when I was little too.
Oh my god, that's amazing.
I like Alice. That's a cool name.
My first audition was until I was 25.
Yeah, girl.
I was so scared. I didn't speak until I was like 24. At the library, they were like, "You work here?"
This was a really big step for you.
Absolutely. And then I started seeing stand-up comedians, and I'm like, "Oh, they're just fucking showing off.
Oh,
they're just speaking in front of a whole bunch of people.
Their words.
Yeah, and I could hear you. It was crazy. Oh, so it's like that's what I want to do.
Good for you. Good for stepping out and really making some big leaps and bounds.
Oh, it was very annoying to everyone in my life for a very long time.
Oh,
I saw a little kid like a couple weeks ago, and they were just like, "I can't hear you," and they were like, and they were like, "You're saying it quieter," and I could tell like that's got to be so frustrating. But I was like, I was that kid. And they'd be like, "Can you say it one more time?" And I'd be like,
I had so many words.
I can't see it anymore. If you will come out, I get it in my heart.
Oh God.
Not in my mouth.
If I could
And
say
I
that,
stuttered.
I had a brother and a sister, so there was not a moment of quiet. I mean, I was a little quiet. I had one age where I was shy in middle school, and then something happened in 8th grade, and I think that was called going to choir practice. Puberty happened, and Ginny just got louder and was loud ever since.
Wait, there's an 8th grade?
Is there? Yes, there is an 8th.
Damn it. My mother lied to me again.
Something.
She was like, "No, we're not doing that. Nobody does that. There isn't. It stops at 7."
That's it. That's your
like
education.
Einstein, and he was a genius.
Yeah. You never know. Well, it was a new world.
Reference and correction this section. I'm just gonna go like bing, so I know. Like fix that later.
Sure.
Einstein did how many grades? I'll find out. Bing, bing, bing.
Bing, bing, bing. Cool, Einstein. Tell us. Give us your divine information.
I like that you looked to his ghost.
I did.
As well.
Like Einstein.
Yeah.
I think because I spent this past summer, I spent like a month and a half in Princeton. And
the college?
In the Princeton, the city.
Nice.
And then the college is right there, and that was really cool. But I was a part of the opera that happened with the Princeton Music Festival, the Nixon in China opera that happened.
Oh my gosh.
But Einstein is from Princeton and lived in Princeton.
I didn't even know Princeton was a place and also a university.
It's a whole new
There's so
world.
many things I don't know.
It's a whole new world. It's okay if you never went past 7th grade.
Exactly. But it makes every day an adventure.
It makes every day.
Every day I'm like, oh, that's a thing?
It's a new thing.
Oh.
It's a wide, amazing, beautiful
Yeah,
world.
it also makes me a little bit gullible. I was talking to somebody
okay.
at that stand-up, that open mic outside.
sure.
I was like chilling outside.
Yeah.
And this guy kept saying things, and then I don't even know what I said exactly, but he goes, oh God, you're way too nice. You do stand-up? And I said, oh yeah, but it's great, man. I got lots of stories. And he was like, really? And I said, yeah, I just get shit on all day. I was like, it's hilarious. And then it was great. Oh my God.
These are my stories.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, I am too nice. Terrible things happen to me.
So you learned so many stories for being shit on all day.
Absolutely.
You're
It's
like,
great.
I am.
It's shocking. It's funny. It's a good time. Oh man.
How did you get into comedy? By being shat on.
Yes. Shut up. Oh, that's a good way. It's a good start.
That's nice. That's very
I
nice.
hear, you hear a lot of self-deprecating comedians and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like you hear that that's also unhealthy for you as an individual. I like it better than making fun of other people.
Oh yeah, I think there's definitely a healthy amount of self-deprecation at times.
Yes.
I mean, if we
And
were
balance, we're all trying to mediate our own selves.
Exactly, because then it brings an element of truth into what we do. And responsibility, and responsibility is hard and things like that. So sometimes you just have to laugh about it. So,
Absolutely, like quitting cigarets, man. Like I'm gonna have to. The
yeah.
next 6 podcasts I'm gonna bring it up 20 times.
Once again, I know that's pretty
I'm
hard.
leaving here and buying a pack.
You're like, I'm going. I lasted 30 minutes.
Next week's podcast, my reference section, bing, 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 is gonna be like, yep, I did that.
Yeah. No, I know. It's really hard.
But they're like $14 here. A pack.
Is that expensive?
That's like our fucking carton of my dad's cigarettes in North Carolina. Oh my God. He's always like, everything he gets is like American patriotic brands.
Yeah.
So he's like, get the Eagle brand cigarettes, get the American brand vodka, get the, well, now you know my dad.
And, America!
Yes.
Get all American!
Right, and it's always the cheapest garbage. That's what I found.
Because
it's like
that's
the
what
least
we are.
expensive and the worst quality.
That's what we are at
Yes.
this point.
It's like if you like saving money and you don't give a shit about quality,
Come to America.
Eagle brand.
Eagle brand.
Yes.
Red, white, and blue packaging.
That's right. Oh man, America, apple pie, baseball, something else.
Sports.
Yes. Oh God, I don't know what that sound was. Oh man.
Oh, and guys with silly yellow hair.
I think we're. I think we're gonna settle for one commercial.
Okay.
That sounds good.
I think
and wrap
that
it
sounds
up,
great.
but not yet.
Not yet.
I'm not ready.
Don't wrap that
I'm
present
not ready,
yet.
but I feel like that would just interrupt us.
Yeah.
There's something happening here.
There's something happening here. I feel it in the air.
Yes.
That's amazing.
We just looked at the audience.
We did.
Here.
Our audience of plenty of empty chairs.
There is. You know what I love about the chairs in this room is that they're all so different.
They are
Diversity.
There is a lovely, diverse array of chairs.
And depending on which direction you come from on the train, have you heard of Diversity?
Yes, I live next to Diversity.
Oh my God!
I
Is
totally
that what you get off on?
That's where, yeah.
I get off on Diversity.
You get on Diversity.
I get off on Diversity.
Girl.
I love it so much.
I love that
I get off on equality.
Careful not to burn anybody.
Oh
Don't
my
burn your
God.
fingers.
That's awesome. Oh God, this social inclusion is hot. Oh my God. Oh wow.
That's awesome. But yeah,
That's
I
great.
live off of Diversity, and
Nice.
so that's like
Every time I pass it, I always think like, I just love that about the city.
Yeah.
The diversity.
The diversity in
There's so
Chicago.
many different types
There's
of
so much
people.
diversiness in Chicago.
It's a very
diversity.
place.
It's a diversity place.
Oh my god.
So
great.
I think
Isn't that far? I've been that direction.
yeah, it's not. It wasn't too bad. I got in
I appreciate
here.
you coming out. I think we came from different directions. You're northwest.
Yes, Logan
Nice.
Square.
Logan Square. That's right. I need to. No, I don't know that.
I don't
I've
know.
probably been
It's
there.
okay. I don't know either. I'm like
Nice.
going on the train today was such a journey for me,
Awesome.
and I was like so excited because I hopped in my car because I do have a car.
Wonderful.
I'm driving from North Carolina with my
Yes.
little thing.
I still got my little thing.
The little thing of my life, the small compilation in this compact
Does your car have a name?
Yes, LaFonda the Honda.
LaFon, mine's a Honda.
Yes, that's high five
Oh.
number 6. Yes.
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 Yo, good job.
Yes. So LaFonda the Honda has
60 high
been
five.
with all the kids through college. So it went
That's
with me
so
to
great.
Kentucky. She took Katie to Greensboro, and she took my brother to Charlotte. So LaFonda's
lovely.
got some years on her, which is
Yeah.
great. And so
She's been rode hard.
She's been rode hard, just like me. Wait.
Oh,
What?
Virginia Alexandra Weant.
Not quite, but it's lovely. It's once again so regal.
Oh.
You think too highly.
I
of
know.
me.
I need to. I don't. But let me think of something that's the opposite. Virginia Al Weant.
It is one syllable.
Is it? Oh,
is.
that can only be so many.
I know.
Virginia Ab
Nope.
ass.
No. I mean, that'd be funny. Talk about butts and
Oh.
butt.
Ass Weant.
Nope. No.
Ad.
Nope.
Ack.
Virginia Went. I was like, that's my German name, Virginia Went.
Oh, A.
Phlegm.
Phlegm.
Yes. Phlegm.
Oh my God. Virginia. I bet the listeners have already guessed it.
You've got this.
That's the
I
best
believe
part.
in you.
You guys know. Please tell me. Virginia. Aw.
Aww.
What?
Aww. I missed you that.
Virginia.
Aww.
Ava. That's not.
No, that's 2 syllables.
Oh my God, that is 2 syllables. See, I don't know.
That's okay.
Tell me with your fingers how many syllables that is.
I was like, "Rah."
Ava.
It'll happen. I believe.
Virginia. Virginia. Is it an ah sound or an ass sound? Maybe
Yeah.
Ah.
Sorry, that was I didn't quite count.
Virginia. Okay, I'm gonna go through the alphabet real quick.
That's okay.
Z W X Y V U T S.
Oh my God, you go backwards.
What? Was I?
Yeah.
Sometimes I get confused.
That is so cool.
It's supposed to go the other way, right? We just had it listed. It didn't say which way. I don't know. That's how I learned it. I've gone through a lot of license checks that way.
That's amazing.
Oh man.
Homeschooling teaches you the
And-
alphabet. Yeah! High five number 7!
Dead ass in the middle of the
Dead ass in
alphabet.
the middle. That's
Oh
great.
my God.
So
it would have taken me the same amount of time either way. Oh my God.
my full name is Virginia Ann Weant. It's very southern.
Virginia Ann Weant.
Virginia Ann Weant. I'm
Our
named.
facial expressions, they say this every tooth is showing. Virginia Ann Weant.
Virginia Ann.
That's
So,
wonderful.
I'm named after my great grandma Virginia, who was also a Ginny, and then my grandmother Ann.
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, that's nice.
Oh.
So you got it. You got it in the episode. I didn't even have to tell you.
You didn't.
I didn't.
And we only wasted 20 minutes of the listener's time. That's totally worth it. I'm sorry, guys. I hope it was okay.
It's totally worth it.
Yeah.
But
I hope they can feel good because they probably already got it.
I claps and snaps for the audience.
That was great. Bro,
It's
I wish my
beautiful.
show was called Claps and Snaps.
But I really like Pish Tosh.
Oh, thank you.
I thought it was really cute. I was like, oh, and then you have an egg as your like, it says Pish Tosh and your
It
little
does look
egg.
like an egg, doesn't it?
Oh,
it's a cookie.
It's a
but
cookie?
It's the same thing, yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Eggs, cookies?
Eggs,
I'm
cookies,
no chef.
You know, whatever the vent monster wants to eat that day.
Exactly.
You can
Just
toss cookies
throw it
up
up
there.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm
Oh.
sorry. I thought it was an egg.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
It could be anything you want.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's Pish Tosh.
Because
So
it's
it
Pish
doesn't matter.
Tosh.
Absolutely.
It's Pish Tosh.
It's Pish
It's so
Tosh.
cool and like
Yeah.
flippant and fun and
There's
conversational.
actually a buddy of mine we were at his house and we were doing coffee and cookies
Oh,
here in Chicago.
I love that.
Hello, Nicklin.
We
I
should
don't know
have
if he's
more.
listening.
We should have more coffees and cookies.
We should.
Yeah.
They ain't nothing better except for cigarettes.
Except for cigarettes.
Yeah. Except for nicotine. That'd be great right now.
To
You
fill
got
my
any?
divots.
Yeah. I'm gonna be like hanging out with the homeless man.
Just
They're
sitting
gonna-
there.
Do you have a cigarette? And I'll be like, no, do you?
But I have a bag full of coffee.
Yeah, but I want some.
Bag full of cookies and coffee and lots of sour things.
I'll give you $30 to bum that smoke.
I'm gonna see you like bumming off your Sour Patch
yeah.
Kids in the corner of the street.
Absolutely. I'll be playing dice for them.
You're gonna be
For
playing
cigarettes.
dice for your cigarettes and your Sour Patch Kids.
Yep.
I see
There's
it.
worse things.
There are worse things. There are worse things. You know, whatever. There's so many
Ladies of the night.
so many pegs and so many divots. You know, there's other things you could
You see
sell.
that fire blazing in the night of
See,
Chicago.
it's you.
It's my crotch.
It's you. It's a new meaning to the red light district.
Oh man, yes! Oh, the light.
The light, the burning,
light pale,
the burning
red
bush.
district.
Camp Biblical right here.
Oh, this is fantastic. Oh, I don't think God listens to my podcast. I've wondered that before.
I don't think God
like,
listens
God,
to
are
my
you
podcast.
Oh man.
I think he like turns it off, buries it.
Yes, I feel like I'm gonna get up there and then like Michael's gonna be like, "Hey, what have you been done with your life?" And I'm like, "Well, I did this podcast." I'm like, "Well, give it a listen."
That belongs down there.
Yeah, exactly. That Pish Tosh.
that doesn't. That Pish Tosh
Going down.
that's going down there.
Yes.
Have you seen? I just started watching Good Omens recently.
No, but I downloaded the audiobook.
Oh,
It's Terry Pratchett and
yes.
like, oh my, it's like
And I
these
love
two
some
amazing
Terry
writers like
Pratchett.
smushing together.
Yes.
Super imaginative.
It's like the coolest
I
thing.
cannot wait. And the two actors are like fucking gold.
David Tennant and
Tennant.
what's the other guy's
One's
name?
a Who.
I'm so sorry.
Professor Who.
Yes.
Professor what?
Professor what?
Doctor Who.
Doctor Who.
Yes.
Yes. David Tennant, that one.
David
and
Tennant. And then the other one was
I can't
somebody
remember
else.
his name to save my life, and I feel so bad.
Bing.
Bing, bing. But they're fabulous. So I just started watching that also. But I also started watching Doctor Who for the first time with my boyfriend as well.
I've been wanting. Oh my God! I saw your boyfriend is
High five, number 7.
High five.
I made a
He
really
sounds
cute,
really
gushy
sweet.
post.
Yes.
He's cool.
I'm so happy for you.
Thanks. I've known him for a very long time as
that's
well.
wonderful.
So that's kind of a cool little gushy story. Like we met doing theater at PPT.
Oh my God.
That's pretty gross.
And now you're doing PTP.
And now I'm doing PTP. Oh my god.
TPT.
TPTP.
Sorry.
PPTT.
TPT.
The TT
TPTP.
TPTP is what
my God.
this podcast. We're just looking at
I just realized that. Yeah, we're staring at it written. It took me that long.
So there's this whiteboard in this room right now,
Yes.
and we just had this conversation how it's
it's
so exciting
beautiful.
to write on a whiteboard because
It
I feel
is.
like it was repressed. You know, there's just such satisfaction going up with an expo marker because I was never allowed to write on whiteboards. And I explained this to Emma Rose, and she was like, I don't know that feeling because I was homeschooled.
Right.
But I was like, well, this is how I feel. And it's just, she wrote so beautifully. We took a picture, so maybe we'll
Yeah.
show it. But
Actually, the first time I ever was in Second City,
yeah.
I had a class that got a workshop that got canceled because it was low enrollment.
Yeah.
But not everybody knew. Me and a couple people still showed up.
So you showed up, yeah.
Yeah, we were
As you
all
do.
disappointed and
Aw.
sad. So I found out the door was unlocked. So I was like, "Do you guys want to come in and just improv for a while? I'll teach you."
Oh my gosh, brilliant.
Yeah, and so I wrote my name really big on the whiteboard, and I was like, "Professor Emma Rose of the Second City."
Oh my gosh, you're so ballsy and cool.
I was very ballsy. And
I
then I
would've
taught
been
them
like-
they stayed for like 45 minutes. I was so surprised.
Oh my
I was like, I
gosh.
cannot believe you guys are still
So
here.
one
It's
of the
awesome.
things that I am still scared of is like, okay, like I really feel like I could be a teacher. Like I want to teach voice at some point in time.
I feel like you'd be a wonderful teacher.
Thank you. But
I've
taught for a summer camp, which was really fun, but also very anxiety inducing as well.
Oh my gosh, summer camps are insane.
They're
I don't know if
insane.
anybody does them. I mean, they're wonderful for the kids.
I had a blast with for the kids, yeah. But also, like, we had group lessons, and it was the first time that I was like putting together lesson plans and things like that. But like, how do you? I don't know. Like, what is your experience teaching? Like, I love that you just you were just like, hey, I'm going to teach these guys improv because I love this and this is what I do. Like,
it's so funny because I feel like I've never taught, but I taught for 2 years.
I taught for 2 years.
Yeah, I taught an art class for like 2 years.
I love that.
At the Rowan Public Library.
Yeah,
it's a weekly art class, and we do featured local artists. We do featured famous, artists. And classical stuff. We do themes every week. We do crafts that you can take home. We used to make stuff and then bring it to the retirement centers and like different places to decorate
cool.
It was so much fun. I love those kids. That was a great time. It was like preschool through 5th grade. It was a huge range of like young kids, and we'd have a great time.
That's amazing.
But the problem for me, especially then, was I didn't speak loud enough, like to run a class.
Yes.
Eventually, they bought me a bullhorn.
Yeah.
The library did. Thank you, RPO. They bought me a bullhorn.
This girl needs sound.
You need this.
You need this. And then, you kicked yourself into improv or...
I was like, it went too far.
It went too far. Turn it up.
Absolutely. 11.
Now you will be heard from all all corners of the world.
And unless I taught comedy, I cannot see me teaching anything else.
Yeah.
1, because I don't know anything. 2, because I'm highly inappropriate. 3, because I think I would just... Those first 2 are good.
Really?
I can't think of a third thing.
3 is just backing up the first 2. That's highly inappropriate.
I think you're supposed to have that as a teacher. You're supposed to have a third thing. And I never do.
Step 3.
Yes.
No, I'm down with 2.
I'm fresh out, kids.
Fresh out, kids.
Yeah, I'm fresh out of kids. I'm a terrible mother.
Well, your eggs are smashed, so
yes. I'm so bad at it.
I'm so sorry.
I haven't made one.
I'm so sorry for your broken eggs.
Thank you.
Thank you. That's okay.
Bye.
Bye. Spatula.
Who knows? I could get arrested right now for this. I'm kidding. Let's not get political. I can.
Well, you almost were.
Yes, that was scary.
As you ran out of the printer shop with your bare feet.
Oh yeah.
Girl, you're gangster. You're pretty G.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Thank you.
You are so G.
Ever since I can remember, I've been popping my collar, popping my collar,
popping my collar, and riding nerdy.
Yep.
Dirty.
Absolutely, white and
nerdy, riding dirty.
Yep. Absolutely.
With your Weird Al turned up.
Oh my God.
All the way.
So actually I lost and found a few months ago when I was still there. I guess like 6 months ago now.
Right.
I did his whole rendition of the Angry White Boy Polka and like almost passed out like 3 times because I was like hyperventilating because it's such a fast song. It's a polka. Have you ever heard that one?
I don't know if I have, which I'm ashamed to say.
God. It's like all the Angry White Boy songs of like the 90s and the early 2000s. So like System of a Down and like Linkin Park and oh my God, it was so good.
That's beautiful.
Cut my life into pieces.
Yeah.
This is my last resort.
Yeah. I'm feeling all the eggs. Those are great. Yeah.
Was it last night? She said, "Oh baby, don't you feel so bad when you turn me off?" It's like the worst lyrics.
So I started trying to teach myself guitar.
It's hard.
It's hard.
I am too.
I have tiny fingers.
Yes.
And they don't.
Ukulele?
I have a ukulele too. So I started with the ukulele a little bit.
That's a good idea.
Also thanks to Jack, pretty much. Because Jack was like, hey, ukulele. And I was like, cool, let me try this. Sweet. He let me borrow his ukulele once. And then so eventually I found like a cheap ukulele in a music store. Sweet. And I was like, cool, so I'm going to start playing this. And then we had a guitar just sitting in our living room for the longest time because my sister started it but never finished it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so this poor little child-sized guitars just had been sitting in the corner, just Rory, I'm so Rory, I have nobody all on my own.
You do take suggestions. That's wonderful.
And so, like, this poor little guitar has been sitting there just collecting dust with, like, no strings. And so my boyfriend Adam was like, hey, yo, like, let's get some strings for this. And I was like, cool. It's still missing a tuning peg, but I was still able to tune it. Luckily, that string didn't go out of tune, so I tuned it last night, and I've been like trying to learn the basic chords on that. But man, like, my fingers don't like to bend that way.
No, mine either. My dad will like place my fingers because he's tried to teach me quite a few times.
Yeah.
And they just bounce back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, they won't stay like that though.
They won't stay like that.
I'm like, just break it. just make it do the thing you want it to do. It won't work.
And break it and just stick it on there and leave it there until you need to switch chords, and then that's also a challenge too.
I only want to know the one.
Just the one chord. I'm just playing everything in A major because you push down 3 strings in the same place.
Yes. Oh my God.
And
that's awesome.
I was going to say something, and where did
you're learning
it go?
guitar.
So yeah, I was sitting in my room last night, like trying to learn some guitar, and then I forgot what I was gonna say. Oh, that's so sad.
That's okay. It'll probably come back too. You know, in the meantime, we can do them a little bit.
Let's do a little bit. I'm so excited.
Oh, you know, okay, so typically I ask my guests to say the Pish Tosh podcast 3 times fast.
Okay.
Okay, so if you want to do that, but then I also have another request too.
Okay.
So if you want to go right ahead.
3 times?
3 times fast.
Pish Tosh, Pish Tosh, Pish Tosh.
But you have to say podcast also.
Podcast. Oh,
podcast.
podcast. Just a cat.
We'll merge them together later.
Pish Tosh podcast. Pish Tosh podcast. Pish Tosh. Wow!
I gotcha.
Pish Tosh Tosh Posh.
Yes.
Tosh.0
You're making me feel
podcast.
better about the whiskey mixer.
You're welcome.
You know, there's even a third one, and you've probably heard this. Misty Vistas.
Misty Vistas?
Yeah, whiskey mixer, Mr. Whisker, Misty Vistas.
Nope, I'm not even
Right?
gonna try.
It's so stupid.
I'm not,
it's so
is
hard.
that an improv? Is that like
It
one of those warm-ups?
It's a warm-up, yeah.
Like red
Whiskey
leather,
mixer,
yellow leather?
Mr. Whisker, Misty Vistas.
No,
I know.
just no.
It doesn't make any sense.
I'm not gonna even try.
Cory showed me that, and he does a hand motion with Misty Vistas. That's beautiful.
Misty Vistas.
If you
that's
think of
love.
Misty
So it's a
Vistas.
visual. It's a very visual.
that helps
Misty
me.
Vistas.
Mr. Whisker.
Mr. Whiskers.
A whiskey mixer. I can't say it anyway. Even slow.
Because try doing that with your hands too. Now that we're integrating everything, the language
I can't.
with the
I'm
hand.
sober.
With the, I can't. I'm sober.
I can't do whiskey
I can't do
mixing
it anymore.
Oh man, I can't do it. Mr.
You need at least like 3 glasses in to be able to do that properly.
That's awesome. Oh my gosh. Would you do me a favor?
Yes. What's that?
Would you sing operatic the Pish Tosh podcast?
Oh my God.
I don't want to put you on the spot here, but
No, I would totally.
love
The Pish Tosh podcast. I'm trying.
beautiful.
No. I'm trying to think of like.
However you would.
However, this is a big
Improv.
moment. Let me warm up for a second. The Pish Tosh podcast is the most wonderful podcast in the world. Your face is really excellent.
Oh my God! That's awesome! It's gonna be hilarious if people heard that in other classes. Oh, bless them.
I hope so.
They've just gotten a blessing.
They've just gotten the blessing
Oh
of
my
an
God.
operatic Pish Tosh.
That is so cool.
You're welcome.
Oh man! Wow!
I don't know if I could do that again.
No,
That moment.
that's the improv.
That is the improv.
You've got to come to these musical improv jams
would
with
love
me.
to.
If you just need to laugh with your belly.
I will always laugh with you.
Yeah, that's awesome. My God, that was
you.
beautiful.
Thank you.
So okay, let me recap here.
Go for it.
I'll make sure I didn't miss anything.
Okay.
I'm sure I missed a lot. It's your whole life.
It's okay.
So you've got 2
Just
siblings.
8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, and 11th grade.
I did miss that. Good time. Wait, how many? Okay, so you graduated from Carson, where you started. Well, no, you started doing theater maybe when you were a kid.
Really little.
Really
Yeah,
little.
yeah.
Awesome. In school and stuff, and then PPT.
Mostly PPT. I did start piano and voice lessons when I was in 2nd grade with Frances McGill, who
Sounds
is
familiar.
also she's fantastic, and she taught.
Small
me
town.
Everything I know.
That's wonderful.
I started doing theater at Piedmont Players. My first. Well, actually, that's kind of why I started doing it at Catawba, because I was asked. They needed children for the musical Godspell.
Oh. The musical Godspell. That's what I was going to say.
Totally.
To feed the Catawba monster that lives in the swamps of the nature preserve.
You know, you're not wrong. It was either feed the monster,
officer.
and they were just like, hey, you know, maybe we can use these kids in the show to feed the monster. The monster was already fed last week, so he wasn't super hungry.
And so they're like, the hot kids will be in the show. The ugly kids get eaten by the monster.
I don't know. Well, because I got in there somehow.
Also, the phrase hot kids, that is the worst thing I've said.
That is the worst.
All those words should never go together, except for like maybe at a beach, like when they're physically warm temperature, but we'll pretend I meant it that way.
Oh, God.
You're like
so
the nice, cool
I was not
temperatures.
sacrificed to the swamp monster that day. I was put into the musical Godspell. And that was kind of my first like thing with musical, and I was like, oh my God, this is like so cool, and I love it. I like singing solos and being really cool. Nice. And then I did my first show at PPT, which was The Hobbit. So my little nerdy fourth grade.
Play?
So I played an elf, a goblin.
Whoa.
And get this, the grocery boy that is put into the play to explain the presence of the dwarves.
Oh my God, isn't that cute?
And so I realized, like, the grocery boy is not in the book. It's not in the original.
No,
but
they took some artistic license, and I love that.
I even remember my lines. It was, my very first line was, "Geez, Mr. Baggins, dwarves in Hobbiton. Wow."
Oh my God, that's awesome.
High five number 8.
It's got to be 9.
Is it 9?
It's 9.
It's 9.
I'm glad you said that because I forgot, because 8 was during when you were singing.
Oh,
I think.
Excellent.
I didn't want to interrupt, but I wanted a high five.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. I'm so excited.
We're going to get to at least 10 today.
At least 10.
At least 10. I'm not going to rush it. They're all going to be organic.
I love it.
Oh,
I love it.
Now I just want to do it.
Yay! We will get it.
Oh, man.
But so I did.
Nice.
So I grew up doing the children's plays at PPT every year, and also that's where I met Adam when we were really little. He was
that's your man.
That's
now.
my beau.
Your boo.
Right now.
I love the name Adam so much.
It's a good name.
Weirdly love it so much.
Weirdly love it.
Yes.
It's, biblical.
I don't know any Adams other than that one.
Other than that one.
That one, yeah.
I don't know if I know any other Adams either, actually,
it's a
now
good
that I
name.
think about it. But his
Not
dad,
as good as Cory, of course.
Yeah.
Cory is the best name.
Oh, it's the most beautiful reference. It's in the
handsome.
Bible as well, right?
Yes.
Totally.
Mm-hmm.
And
Cory came down the mountain.
And Cory came down the mountain to the burning bush.
That was me!
There's high five number 10. It's really great.
We made it.
We've made it.
Oh, I did my high five dance. I'm so glad I'm not in that squeaky chair. This would be
I know, it would just be
impossible.
squeaking the whole time. And I'm sorry if I keep hitting
Constantly.
you guys with the microphone.
It's funny because the microphone is right around your breast
It
area.
is, and I keep adjusting, and I'm so sorry if I hit you guys
I'm a baby.
over there. It's fine. Yeah, so I did a lot of theater almost every year at PPT and loved it.
Nice.
And then, and still did voice. And then eventually I did an opera program at Brevard for high school.
Oh, yes.
And
Brevard.
music.
The music school, not
Yes.
the mental institution.
Exactly. It goes hand in hand.
Maybe I'm thinking of something else.
Maybe. I don't know.
Do you remember?
Yeah, I mean, there's
that sound
definitely a
familiar?
mental institution for it's called the practice rooms, where students lock themselves in and scream.
Very good.
Yes.
Padded walls and everything.
Padded walls
so the
and
screams don't cut
everything,
out.
so the screams don't get out, and
Oh,
that
man.
is what that is.
That's awesome.
And they put it in the middle of the mountains of North Carolina, so
Oh my God,
no one hears the
swear
screams.
to God, this mental institution's in the mountains too. Bing,
Bing.
I'm gonna figure this out. Okay, go.
So I did
Brevard
that.
is the school, though.
Brevard is the music program. It is the school. It is the
and
college.
it's the music.
But it also has a music festival in the summer.
In festival?
In festival.
Is that when like a lot of people come to an area and they take over?
Yes,
In-
and they
an
infest
festival.
everything with music.
I love that. That sounds like a wonderful.
It's better than the
vacation.
incestual.
Oh
which is another
God!
thing.
Also in the mountains.
Also
though.
in the mountains.
ding 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 ding. Oh man.
That's amazing. So I did that, and then a friend of mine was like, "Hey, you're actually kind of good at this opera thing. Like, you should kind of go into that." And
Yeah.
but I was like, "But I like musical theater. I'm such a musical theater person." And he's like, no, you could actually do this. So I was like, okay. So I did that, and that's where I met Paul Oakley and my other teacher, Christina Peer, who now teaches at UNC Charlotte.
Oh, awesome.
And then I moved to Kentucky and finished my undergrad there.
How did you like Kentucky?
I loved Kentucky.
I think so too. I mean, I think you love it too.
I think you love it too.
I love it too. I think I do too. I went for my first time recently on the way in and back.
Yeah.
Louisville?
Louisville's great.
Louisville? I'm always pronouncing it wrong.
Well, that's okay.
I always want to say Louisville.
Yes, I think everybody out of town wants to say Louisville. But it's actually like the less you pronounce, the better. So like Louisville.
My tongue's out the entire time.
It's the further back in your throat and the less consonants you could put on there, the better. So Louisville.
I just won't even move any part of my mouth.
I think you nailed it.
That worked.
You nailed it.
Heck yeah, I could be a resident now.
You are Hundy P.
Hundy P.
Hundy P.
Yes.
Hundy P.
All of the above. Oh man.
But I loved it. I was in Owensboro, Kentucky, where Kentucky Wesleyan College was.
Well, that sounds familiar.
Wesleyan is there's a lot of
thing.
Wesleyans.
I was about to say,
it's a Methodist-derived college.
Yes.
Very biblical. But I was over there for 3 years, and then I auditioned for grad schools and got into Mannes Conservatory in New York City.
How exciting was that? Was it scary moving to New York?
It was.
That was your big city move.
Yes and no, because also a part of my story, my parents met in New York City and had all three of us in New York City.
Oh, that's lovely.
So I was there. I'm the oldest of three. I mean, my mom was really busy for like 3 years. One out of the other. You know, still like go dad. You know, work in the restaurant business. Wendy was dancing and singing and having babies.
Heck yeah.
As one does. I still don't know how because I could barely get
awesome.
myself up and down the subway stairs.
Yeah, and your mom is still getting it.
And
she's awesome.
God, my mom, she's doing a gender swap cabaret coming up and is singing.
That sounds amazing.
Oh yeah, it's very exciting. They're doing some cool stuff.
I swap like every other day.
You swap like every other day?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mostly because I get all my clothes for free.
Yeah.
And some of them are men's clothes.
Some of them are that's fine. Where do you get your clothes for free?
From wherever.
You know,
find them.
You find them off of other people.
You get lucky.
Yeah.
No, it's not stealing.
That would be bad.
I wouldn't do that.
That would be
bad.
Man.
Actually, my neighbor gave me these cowboy boots I'm wearing.
I loved your cowboy boots.
Thank you.
And I still love your cowboy boots. That was not a past tense. I love your cowboy boots.
Thank you. I remember like it was yesterday. He knocked on my door and he goes, "I don't know any women." And then he handed me the boots and he left.
Wow.
And I was like, "Oh, thank you."
That's a really deep conversation.
It was.
He really poured his soul out for you.
Yeah. He and I.
He and I. We can English very well.
All the time.
English.
Todos los días. En inglés.
En inglés.
Oh, practico mucho.
Español. Español. I also now realized I live in a predominantly
Latin speaking,
a diversity
Spanish
speaking, a Spanish speaking.
Our entire neighborhood. I live in Pilsen.
Oh yeah,
yeah. So it's totally, and I love it because I love Spanish. I'm like,
I do too. I think it's like the sexiest.
Oh my god, I love
it's
it so much.
Sexy, and also my boyfriend can speak Spanish because he's part Cuban, part everything.
Heck yeah, do it. Get it up.
You know, whatever.
That's not the phrase I meant.
But
I think I meant get it and like
get it
and then up. I don't know. No.
Get it
Let me just take this away.
Reverse. But I've been telling myself, I was like, I need to learn Spanish anyway. And so maybe I will Duolingo that ASAP.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Have you got a Chicago Public Library card?
Not yet.
I just got one for Cory yesterday.
Can I high five you?
Yes!
Because, yay, Chicago.
11.
We have 11. Because that is really cool. Go support your public library. Yeah, I'm all about that.
Libraries. And a lot of them have like language learning programs. Especially if you're in a Spanish speaking area, you might even be able to hook up with somebody else that's trying to work on their English.
Totally.
I think that's what I'm going to try to do here.
That's so smart.
I'm in the Lozano. I used to teach a girl from Cuba English once a week with the Literacy Council.
Oh.
That was really fun.
See, that's cool.
Yeah, I like that.
The Literacy Council.
Yeah.
Where is that?
The headquarters is in the library in Salisbury. But you do like a short course or a couple courses, and you finish some stuff online, and you become a literacy tutor. And then they set you up with people. A lot of the people are dealing with adults that have trouble reading.
Sure.
And you can help them with their resumes, help them with applications, or getting jobs, or going to college, or something like that. And reading in general. And then, but I kind of specialize more in English as a second language.
Okay.
Because I wanted to work on my Spanish too, and I had taken years in college of Spanish.
Yeah.
And then also they had just started taking on children with the English as a second language, so that was fun. So I had a girl who was from Cuba, and she was real sweet, and
amazing.
We had a lot of fun together.
I took Latin in
there you
Salisbury.
go. That's the derivation of all languages.
It is the root of many.
Yes.
But we had the Latin club.
Ooh.
Fun. What was it? Decimus Maximus. I don't even know.
Did you guys have like toga parties?
We did have a toga party. We totally had, like, my favorite project of all time was when I built the hold on, what was it called? It was the theater. I built like the Roman theater out of marshmallows. It wasn't the Parthenon.
That's amazing.
Marshmallows and popsicle sticks.
I wouldn't have been able to do that because I would have eaten the damn marshmallows.
I ate quite a few. Don't get me wrong.
They'll make you sick if you eat too many.
There were
that
some
mistake
casualties.
Hundreds of times.
There was some marshmallow casualties.
Oh,
yeah,
no.
I will not I'll try my best not to get sick of marshmallows.
I'm overthrowing.
Yeah. But to go back to teaching multi-language, that is really, really cool. And
thank you.
maybe that's something I should do. I don't know.
Yeah, and we could get together and practice Spanish too.
Heck yes.
I'd love to.
I would love to do that too.
Hablamos español conmigo.
Hablas
Contigo.
poquito.
Un poquito, sí. Tacos burritos.
Tacos burritos. Un poquito español. Despacito.
Aprendamos despacito.
Yeah.
We learn slowly.
We learn slowly.
Oh, that's great.
And that is okay.
Yes.
It is more than okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Preferable.
Preferable.
I don't know if that's the word. Bing!
Preferable?
I'll find out. Yeah, it sounds right though.
Pref-
I feel so offensive when I try to speak Spanish. Oh, like, ¿Cómo está, señor?
Do you ever feel offensive whenever, like, you're around a British person and then all of a sudden you start speaking in an English accent? Or if, like, for instance, when I was on ships with lots of different cultures and languages, and I, as a theatrical person, I like practicing my different dialects and accents. And
if you were to do comedy, impressions.
Impressions.
Like, can we even do impressions?
But then all of a sudden, I have my roommate was British, and I love her so much. Her name was Katie.
Oh,
and
that's wonderful.
I'd be like, "Hello, mate." And she's like, "Ginny." No, just stop.
Awesome.
Just shut it down now. So yeah. So that's always funny, but I try not to be, offensive.
It's hard. Yeah. I did that when we went back to North Carolina. It was funny because, the first place we went was the family house in China Grove. Exactly.
Yeah.
And our waitress, she was like a lovely young lady. She's probably like 19.
Right.
And so she comes to the table and she like opens her mouth, and I'm immediately like, yeah.
That Southern.
I wanted this experience.
Revealing
Cory.
I know, Cory revealing Cory to
Enjoy.
Waffle House.
Yes, introducing him to the only Waffle House in North Carolina. I'm just kidding.
The only Waffle House.
Within that 5 mile.
Yeah.
Area.
Oh my God.
But yeah, she was just like, "Hey y'all want a sweet tea? It's gonna be real good. What can I get you started for today?" I was like,
there are no stereotypes.
No, of course not.
Not at all.
It's okay to make fun of those ones.
It's
because they're mostly white.
Because they're all white.
Yeah. There's a rhyme there. It's all right if they're all.
Oh Jesus.
Oh wow.
Oh Jesus.
Editing. Bing, 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 bing. Section.
But he got the real North Carolina introduction experience.
I definitely caught him a frog.
Which you caught him a frog.
I tried to catch him some lizards.
Did you cut off the legs and give him some frog legs and toast it up in your backyard?
I was not that person. We did go frog hunting as kids though. I remember we'd take a bucket and a flashlight at night, and we'd shine the flashlight on them, and they'd stop moving, they stop hopping and stuff, and then you grab them real quick and throw them in the bucket.
And grab it. I had a pet.
I felt bad though. We'd have like a bucket full of frogs, and we're like, what the fuck are we gonna do now?
I don't know.
So we just scattered them around.
Yeah, I like kept 2 little toads from my my aunt has like a pond, and this really cool pond in her place. She lives in like near Where did she live?
There's nothing like catching tadpoles and raising them in
Near
frogs.
Winston-Salem. Yeah, right?
That's such an experience.
It's such an experience as a kid. And so I had like 2 pet toads for a little while, and then I had to release them into the wild because it was just that time.
It's hard to feed them.
It's hard to feed them,
Yes.
and you don't want them starving.
No.
I don't know.
They want to eat.
Like live bugs. Whatever toads eat.
Yes.
They just want to eat
They
things.
like to eat.
They like to eat, and I don't blame them. I do too. And same. So I had like 2 little pet toads and all kinds of things. We had turtles. We had birds. I had bunnies.
Oh yeah, me too. I think that was my mom's answer to not having friends. Like for me, she was just like, "I'll get you whatever pet you want." So yeah,
Let me give you animals as your friends and your imaginary. Oh, what kind of snake did you have? I meant to ask.
Oh, and a ball python.
I love
it was
them.
Great. Oh my God, he was wonderful.
I used to have one too.
Yeah, he was Evie for the first 2 years because I got him on New Year's Eve, and then when I got him like gendered sexed or whatever, they figured it out and they were like,
right.
his prongs, and I was like, his what?
His what?
I don't know how snake
What are
cookies
those?
work.
That sounds dirty.
Yeah, I was like, I don't want to know. I don't want to see him. And they were like, it's a boy, and I was like, oh, so I gave him
Imagine,
Stevie.
hey honey, show me your prongs.
No.
Prong me.
No, it's terrible. That sounds so prong.
That sounds prong.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Oh, I got another bit.
Yeah, go for it.
Have you seen the movie Fight Club?
Oh, I'm about to be shamed. I'm
I'm
about to be real shamed. I know we don't talk about Fight Club,
Right.
and I know Brad Pitt is in it, but I actually have not seen Fight Club.
You know what? This is not your fault.
I'm sorry.
This is my fault
It's your fault.
for starting this bit in the first place. For even having a podcast. If I could go back in time.
It is something that will be repaired, but I mean, as I am like slowly, like I'm watching Doctor Who again. What else did I see recently? I saw The Three Amigos recently, thanks to Kathleen, like with Steve Martin, and that was
you
great.
just
and
saw
Chevy
Three
Chase.
Amigos for the first time?
I just saw it for the first time.
It's fantastic.
It is so funny.
Comedy gold.
It is comedy gold. Like a plethora of piñatas. That was my favorite line.
Yes.
I
just recently read Steve Martin's book. It's great.
It's great?
Yes.
That's awesome. I need to get on that for sure. For sure. Anyway, what were you
And
gonna
Martin Short's book.
And
Both
Martin
of
Short.
them.
Yeah. So if I did say that I have seen Fight Club, what would you have gone off of?
See, this is a secret.
Oh no!
Yes. I know. None of our listeners, none of our guests have figured it out yet. It's only me. It's my own secret with myself. I don't know if that counts.
That's because you don't talk about Fight Club, so you don't talk about
You'd think.
You'd think.
That would have been better.
Well, you,
Like, the
you
one
did
that's
talk
still
about
in
Fight
my
Club,
head
but you can still
sucks.
keep a few secrets.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's okay.
I have a theory. That's all. I have a theory. And
Yeah.
It's, each week,
Yeah?
it's proven to be wrong.
Okay.
And so I'm wondering when I'm going to stop trying to prove it right.
This theory? Okay.
Yes. But I'm going to give it a couple more shots.
But that's why it's a theory.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Everything's a theory until it's proven.
With a law.
Right.
Right.
Or
Something.
wrong.
Live with the facty facts.
Absolutely.
So many facty facts.
Bing, bing.
Bing, bing. Bing, bing, bing. Thanks to
Yeah.
the Googly. The Googly helping give us
man.
facty facts every day.
Nice.
Yeah. That's pretty great.
And the library.
And the library, honestly, that should
Oh.
even be better than the Googly.
I like it. I feel like if I read it in a book, then I know it's true. But I did go to a school for a short amount of time in Salisbury, and I really shouldn't say the name.
Which
'cause I
one?
think they reopened. They shut down for years. It was like
crap.
sketchy as fuck.
Whoa, what school did you go to?
I'm
The
not gonna
gangster,
tell you out loud.
elementary school of gangsters.
I'll tell you though,
Yeah.
the opposite of that. It was like the school for the overly religious.
Wow.
Terrifying people. Like you couldn't wear makeup, you couldn't
Yeah.
wear jewelry,
yeah.
you couldn't. I've been to schools for short amounts of time. I went to schools where we had to wear ties for the women, and schools where you had to bat your eyes at the principal and you got in trouble, and schools where they were just weird.
Like Sacred Heart. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe it's not naming any names. It wasn't that one, but I do know that one too. Yeah.
I'm kidding. I know a lot of great people who went to Sacred Heart.
Just kidding, Sacred Heart. You're fine. No, and so this school that I'm speaking of,
Yeah.
I remember them washing somebody's hair in the sink because they like dyed it brown or
Aw,
something like
that's
normal. They were
sad.
just like, it's not your natural color. It's not God's color of your hair.
It's not God's color.
Yes. Oh my God. And so I remember I got in trouble for saying, oh my gosh.
Really?
Yeah, because they were like, it's too close. go see the principal. And I'm
Really?
like, putting on lipstick to go see the principal. No, I'm kidding. Oh, that's so creepy. I get out of this one.
Can you get me out of this one?
God.
Why is your lipstick on your forehead? I don't know.
Where you guys didn't teach me. These are not peers. But I remember I went to what made me think of this school, man? The textbooks.
Yeah.
Because learning things in books has to be right.
Yeah.
But in our books, we'd have science and history textbooks, and the teachers and stuff would mark things out. They would scratch out dates.
That hurts my soul.
Oh, it was horrible. Like, I remember science books specifically where they would be like, it would be like 3 million years ago, and it'd be scratched out and it'd be like 8,000 years ago. And I remember being like, wait, I feel dumber having read this. Mommy, this school's making me dumber.
Oh no, that hurts my
Where's
soul.
my Bill Nye tapes?
Yeah, I love
They're
my
comforting.
Bill. They're comforting, and
if I watch them 6 more times, maybe I'll retain it.
Retain it and unretain.
Yep, she'd come home and I'd be like, Mommy, are you the father?
Well,
She'd be like,
yeah.
uh-oh, what have I been teaching you?
That's still a thing.
That's right. I did learn how to groom dogs.
That's
at 10.
Obviously, because now your dog is a trendsetter for fashion with her horse mane.
I feel weird grooming my own dog, though. Is that weird? You know what they say? The shoemaker goes barefoot.
The shoemaker goes barefoot. I mean, you do go barefoot and run away from cops.
Yes.
You do.
But my daddy was a drunk.
Is
a drunk.
You know, that's
and he was a painter, I guess.
And a painter, so artistic.
Yes.
You know. Yes. Artistic, and but as far as grooming your dog, if you feel weird, I mean, touch bellies and maybe you'll feel better.
That's a great idea.
I know. Maybe it'll get some of the weirdness out of the air and be like, listen, I love you. I've got to groom you.
That's wonderful.
So
break the tension.
I'm
going to use that in all situations. I'm going to use that on the train.
Can I rub your belly really quickly? I'm sorry, sir.
Have you ever tried to pat your head and rub my belly, sir?
Pat your head and rub my belly.
So weird.
How funny would that be if it was like the way to resolve conflicts? If you're like, hey, you sat in my seat. You know what, sir? Let me touch your belly.
Let us gingerly touch tips.
Let's gingerly touch tips.
Belly tip. I don't know. Does everyone else not have a tip of their belly?
Just the tip. Just the tip.
Oh my god.
Just the tip of the belly.
That's awesome. Tip of the head. Tip of the touch of the belly.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Yes. Well, splendid.
Oh my god.
Oh, girlfriend.
That's awesome. Seriously, it feels like it's been 10 minutes.
I know.
Like since we sat down in these chairs.
I know.
And I've looked at the clock and I'm like, my phone's broken.
It's broken. It's just broken.
Like
they cannot be. What time is it? 85 minutes. What?
This is part 2.
This is part 2.
The first part was like 40 minutes.
Oh my god! I broke all of the laws, and
this might be the longest episode.
Oh my god! I broke all of the laws, and we
I
talked
didn't
about.
realize it though.
We talked about everything under the sun.
I think so. Okay, here, let me try to do this. Okay, I'm gonna try to do this in like 30 seconds.
Go.
Okay, I'm gonna just do everything that we just started. Just kidding.
Just a recap.
So you started taking voice and piano lessons when you were really young, in like 2nd grade.
Yes.
And you started doing theater really young at the UPT and at some other places and school and everything. You went to Salisbury High School, then you went to Carson High School where you did more theater.
Then
you went to
awesome
Catawba College for 1 year, and then you transferred to Kentucky College, Wesleyan College.
Yes.
And then you went to New York because you got into a program there at a graduate school.
Yes, at Manus Conservatory in the new school. Yay, super cool.
My hands too.
I got my master's.
Somewhere in there you went to Brevard in the mountains of North Carolina.
I did. Yep, this is true.
Yes. And then after New York, you came here to reunite with your
gingers
to make it
dos gingers.
a trio.
Yes.
Gingers.
The 3 amigas gingeres.
That's wonderful. And all in pursuit of your dream. And at some point you were doing the Disney tours. That's amazing.
I did in between moving here.
I was like, when did that happen? That's amazing.
It happened a year after I graduated, pretty much.
From Kentucky?
From Manus. So I worked
From New York.
I worked at the school for a year.
So cool.
And then they're like, hey, do you want to be on the ship? And I was like, yeah, I want to hang out with Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and everybody.
Heck yeah,
and
me
let's
too.
do that. And so I did that, and that was an experience, but I wasn't singing, so I was like, okay, cool. But and then I got off, and then of that.
We had to slip one more in.
and then Cantos Zero kept doing more concerts. So, and then I did one more Disney contract in Alaska on the Wonder I was a replacement one for like 2 months.
Man, that's so neat.
That was really cool, and did some other little shows and little operas in between, and did stuff with On-Site Opera, who's cool, and then then I would come to Chicago and do concerts, and eventually, like, I was here for a month in December, sleeping on Kathleen's couch, and I was like,
nice.
no. I was like ready to...
Let's make it real.
Let's make it real.
Yeah.
And now here we are.
Reunited.
And it feels so good.
Yes. It's awesome.
Let's do this.
And then, so you're following your dreams.
Yeah.
And you're here now. Your dreams are here.
Dreams, I guess, are here.
And you found them.
Yeah, I think so.
You've got
Sometimes
them.
my dreams are really weird, but at least one of them is here.
Yeah, mine too.
But we're here.
Yes. So for the future, you've got lots of shows coming up and an amazing tour.
It's very exciting.
Oh,
So
man.
September 13th, 14th, 15th, we're doing our mini tour here in Chicago, Illinois.
Awesome.
And then we do another little mini tour in North Carolina on October 18th, 19th, and 20th.
Wow.
And then we coming back, and then there's Christmas. Oh, and September 21st, I'm actually going back to New York City for the weekend to do a whole musical theater concert.
Oh my God.
Of just me.
12.
12.
That's awesome. We made it to a dozen.
We made it to a dozen. So that's my last little plug-in. I'm doing a little musical theater concert with my wonderful friend Alla, and she's
Nice.
playing, and we're doing it at her church. And
Do you know Ava Gardner?
yes,
Yes. Okay.
Yes.
See, we all know the same people. She's
Yes.
in New York now.
Yeah,
Recently.
I'm so
And
proud
y'all
of her.
swap places.
We would have coffee. She actually.
How you doing, everybody? Have I got something for you? Just what everybody's asked for, a bucket full of frogs. The world is your oyster with a bucket full of frogs. Just use your imagination of all the things that you can do with your own bucket full of frogs. There's 1,000,001 uses.
Surprise commercial.
Do.
We are getting a second commercial. Woo! We weren't sure we were going to do that, but now we are.
Now, because-
we've got the space for it.
Yes.
Yes.
And we talk a lot.
We do. That we do. Jenny and I accidentally exceeded the 90-minute limit for one recording.
Why is there a limit? There should not be a
There should
limit
not-
to
we
awesomeness.
live our lives limitless.
Exactly.
Oh, like Gosling.
Like Gosling.
Was he in? No, that was Brad.
Cooper.
Cooper. Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper lives his life
Limitless.
limitless. Yes. There you go.
Whoa, bing, 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 bing. That was some angry bing,
Sorry,
bing.
I was like, geese? I guess geese live their life limitless. Flying
Brian
away.
Gosling.
Oh,
Oh,
beautiful.
Jesus. But anyway, so we exceeded that limit. We were talking about Ava Gardner before the commercial break.
Yeah.
That neither of us were expecting. Sometimes
Yeah.
those commercials, the ads just pop right up on you.
They do. They really do.
Absolutely. What a great product.
It's invasive.
It is. Oh.
Invasive products. But how? That's an amazing product that
Thank
we
you.
learned all about.
I think so too.
It's pretty great.
Yeah. I'm gonna have talked about it. Life is confusing. Time is an illusion. I think we did a pretty good recap of your life.
Yeah.
If we didn't and that got cut off.
I mean, there's a
was
lot
good.
of there's a lot of deep childhood memories and things that we can get into, but we don't have to get into that right
Yes.
now.
Oh my gosh. So, Ava, if you're hearing this, I'm sorry we cut you off. I hope you love in New York, and see you soon. That sounded creepy.
Yeah.
But
For coffees and things.
for coffees and things, coffees are great.
Coffee is really great. Coffees and cookies.
Yeah. So, goodbye. Oh, you did outro music the first time.
Yeah, let me
I
try
need you to do outro and final high five of the evening.
Final high five number.
Woo! We made it to
13.
13. Episode
Dun, dun,
13.
dun.
Birthday's on the 13th.
Yes!
13th. Mine's on the 14th.
Well, that's super awesome.
That was close.
That's okay. Next
Almost.
episode.
Yeah. Definitely. Yes. That's awesome.
Are you ready for outro music?
I'm ready. I'm ready for outro
Ready?
music.
Pish Tosh. Pish Tosh. Turning it down. Pish Tosh.
Oh, I got an idea. Just a little bit more.
Okay.
Pish Tosh.
Pish Tosh.
All references and corrections.
I've had Oh Danny Boy stuck in my head since I downloaded the Cantos Zero soundtrack on iTunes. I highly suggest you do the same thing because the singing gingers are awesome. I'm so lucky to have Ginny on this podcast this week. And now is the time of the podcast when I correct all the ridiculous things that I said, or maybe elaborate on them as well. First of all, I tried to find out who Donnie is of Donnie's Skybox, the Second City, and all of my research online came up dry, but I did message the Second City staff, and they should be sending me an email in the morning, post haste. I've had to send them a lot of inquiries that way, and they've been awesome about getting back to me, so hopefully I'll have that answer for you by the next week's podcast. Also, the disappearing egg video is now on YouTube and on my website at emmaredmarchrose.com, and the YouTube video is called Emma Rose and the Disappearing Egg. So if you want to look that up, I am not lying. This egg, it does not exist anymore. I couldn't find out if cruise ships employers employ tiny employees on purpose because their rooms are so small that they have to keep the crew in, but I just think that people wouldn't admit to that, and I really do think that they do that. Also, not only are these cabins super tiny that they have to live in, but also a lot of times they have like 1 or 2 roommates with them as well. That's got to be like insane. But having said that, a lot of the cruises do have like separate like pools and gyms and like lounges just for the staff, so that makes it a little bit better at least. Hurricane Dorian, I really feel for anybody that's been affected by that terrible storm, especially those in the Bahamas. Disney Cruise Lines did donate $1 million to the relief effort, so that was nice. In the podcast, I said salutations, and I don't think that's a word. That's not a word. I meant solutions. I looked up the yoga videos on YouTube, Yoga with Adrian, and that's Adrian with an E at the end, Adriane, and they are awesome and relaxing, and I love yoga, and I strongly suggest you guys look them up too. Ginny, thank you for the suggestion. I looked up Western hognose snakes. They are adorable. Look those up too. So her Western hognose is awesome. My Havanese is awesome, as is Chelsea Hill. And you can follow her on Instagram at coffeehooker on Instagram. That's her handle. I've done that, and it's been great to see her artwork. She's the one who designed Ginny's bag with her and her other singing gingers. Cranky Cabaret that Ginny told us that she went to is this awesome event that's held in Hell's Kitchen in New York City. It's located on West 36th Street, so it'd be a great vacation if you don't already live in New York, Ava. Anyway, it's in a black box theater of the Jiraiya Studios, and it is a pretty awesome event. It sounds like such an amazing bonding experience with some close friends, I'd say. I looked up some of the internet celebrities that we talked about, some of the social media influencers like Jeffree Star, Chris Crocker, and Miranda Sings. Jeffree Star, if anybody doesn't remember, in 2006, he was the most followed account on MySpace, so it's back in the day. He then opened his own cosmetics company, and with just his YouTube abilities, he became the 5th highest paid YouTuber in 2018, and he made $18 million. So that's, don't feel bad for him at all. He's still out there and he's getting it. Good job, Mr. Star. Chris Crocker has done lots of things since he created the video, the famous Leave Britney Alone video, which was one of the 100th most viewed videos in all categories of all time. So that's insane. He also acts, he writes songs, he still blogs, and apparently he acted in some pornography. So that was interesting too. Miranda Sings, not only did she become a YouTube sensation and create a Netflix show, Haters Back Off, which is hilarious, but she's also doing lots of live shows. She's got one in Greensboro, North Carolina coming up, which sounds amazing. And she wrote a book, and you can find that book online at mirandasings.com. It's called My Diary, but diary is spelled D-I-A-R-R-H-E, and she is freaking ridiculous and hilarious. Let's see. I said that I've been alive for about 1,000 days, but upon doing some math, yes, I did math for you all, and I notoriously do not enjoy doing math, but I found out that I've actually been alive as of today for 10,042 days. So I was a little bit off. The quitting cigarettes is not going well, as I kind of predicted it did, but you gotta believe it to receive it, or whatever they say. So it's probably a self-fulfilling prophecy that I'm like, I'm gonna do bad, and then I did bad. So I'm gonna keep working on quitting cigarettes one day at a time. Maybe tomorrow will be better. I wanted to, and this is just slowly roiling into darker and darker. We talked about suicide prevention a little bit, and I wanted to throw out the Lifeline here for you, and I'm gonna put it in the comments as well. The suicide prevention hotline, Lifeline, is 1-800-273-8255. It's available 24 hours every single day. They also have online chats at suicidepreventionlifeline.org. So if you ever feel like you need to reach out, feel free to reach out to me, but also feel free to reach out to some of the professionals working at this free and confidential support center online or via phone if you don't have somebody that you feel comfortable. When you're in emotional distress or you're feeling like you're a bit suicidal. Following along this same line, Chris Farley, the pegs that we were mentioning, it was drinking, depression, drugs, and the fourth peg was food. Those are the 4 things that he struggled with. And Salisbury, just to complete my negative little rant here, Salisbury is has one of the highest crime rates in America compared to all communities of all sizes, from the smallest towns to the very largest cities. Awesome. Now I'm gonna switch back to some positive stuff. On a lighter note, Albert Einstein actually got pretty good grades, and he stayed in school until after he was 16. He switched around some schools, and he had a little bit of trouble with some of his teachers because of their super authoritative style that said, you need to learn this exact way. But thank God for our entire society that he didn't learn that way and he didn't think that way, because we wouldn't have all of the amazing advancements that he brought to us. And also, on kind of an ironic note, he and I share the same birthday, March 14th. Another little ironicism, also not a word, is that my very first interview was in room 303 with David Anderson Loken, and this interview with Ginny and Weant was in room 203. 303 is in the same room. It wouldn't be ironic if it was 203. Was also in the same room. So that was kind of neat. Good Omens is the show that has recently come out that we were talking about, that's based on the book. And we couldn't think of both writers, and we couldn't think of both of the famous actors that are in it. But I was able to find them online, and then I was able to kick myself because who doesn't love Neil Gaiman? Who forgets Neil Gaiman? Neil Gaiman and Terry Pratchett have worked together to create this awesome book and show. And the actors are David Tennant and, drum roll please, Michael Sheen. Michael Sheen is hilarious, and he was also in The Good Fight and Slaughterhouse Rules, in 30 Rock. He played some roles on The Simpsons. He is so funny, and if you don't recognize the name Michael Sheen, because I couldn't think of it, then look him up and you'll recognize his hilarious and charming face. He was also the White Rabbit, the voice of the White Rabbit in Alice in Wonderland. So maybe that's it too. Got a lovely British accent. Anyway, moving forward. Brevard is the college in North Carolina. Broughton is the mental hospital that I was trying to think of. Of course, I would think of the mental hospital before I would think of a college. So that's kind of ridiculous, but at least it wasn't coming completely out of nowhere. Lastly, do not trust any Spanish that comes out of my mouth because it's all wrong and I don't even have the time or energy to correct all of it that I said in that podcast just now. So just know that I'm working on my Espanol and I'm getting better, and I'm not going to try to say anything else right now. Bien? Damn it. Okay. Wrapping up, thank you so much, Ginny, for being on my podcast. You are an awesome human being, and tip of the belly to you. Tip of the belly to all of you listeners. I hope you guys have a great week, and I can't wait to deliver you more podcasting next week.